It's October in Missoula, Montana, a special time of the season. It's homecoming. The Grizz sporting copper and gold throwback uniforms, 30th anniversary, paying tribute to the 95 national champs. Cal Poly is in town, taking on number 4 Montana. Hi, everybody. I'm Trey Bender alongside Jordan Tripp for this one. Montana 5-0. The first time since 2009. It's a special atmosphere here. Homecoming, and Cal Poly a dangerous team.
We know it's going to be a wild, rabid atmosphere inside Washington-Grizzly Stadium today. Can Cal Poly come in here and handle it? I know what it's like to be down there and have that thing reverberate your chest. This is the 6th loudest stadium in all of college football at 121 decibels, right behind Penn State.
Cal already has a win over a ranked team in Sac State. They push UC Davis to the limit, a top 10 team. The big question is, with all the injuries, what will be the story at starting quarterback, Bo Kelly or Buck?
Poly's a capable team. Kelly is smart, methodical, works through his progressions. Diefenbach is a giant of a human, true explosive threat with his legs and throwing capability.
The one thing they do have, it's been a constant, is Michael Briscoe. He's the Big Sky leader at wide receiver.
True NFL prospect. Can Kelly and Diefenbach get this guy the ball? Because if they do, he can wreck a defense. He can run the entire route tree. He is real deal.
Now Montana is coming off their first road game and a wild victory at Idaho State. They had to have the stars step up. Michael Wortham put his imprint on the game. He's special, filling up the stat sheet.
Michael Wortham, the electric sensation. He plays every single position except offensive line. He can run, he can catch, and oh yeah, all-purpose yard leader in the country, Michael Wortham. He's explosive in the special teams game. He's explosive in between the tackles. Nothing he can do, and oh yeah, 50% of the time he throws a touchdown pass, Trey, on 2 throws.
Former high school quarterback showing how he can impact a game in so many ways. Look at what he did last week against the Bengals, and they needed these numbers to pull off a wild win.
Not much more he could have done in that ball game with 247 yards, darn near 300 total with throwing. The guy is electric, unbelievable.
Let's not forget his counterpart, Brooks Davis, coming off a career-best game.
Brooks Davis is the true X factor of this Montana offensive weaponry, if you call it. Pick one of these two, Wortham, Davis. Oh yeah, you got Gilman and you got Ayat. I ran into Cody Von Oppen, the defensive coordinator, coming down the tunnel. He said, Jordan, Brooks Davis scares me the most out of these 4 for the Montana offense.
Montana, perfect on the season, perfect in Big Sky Conference play, and here come the Grizz out of the tunnel. On the sidelines joining us in this electric atmosphere, Kyle Hansen.
Yeah, guys, not many stadiums or college football atmospheres in America match what happens here in Missoula week in, week out, but it might be a little more special here right now as the Grizzlies just came out of the tunnel. We're hanging out here in the north end zone. The famed north end zone where if you're an opposing offense, this is something you hate to see. It's the craziest part of the stadium. We got a nice little decibel reader here as well. We're cracking about 105 right now with everybody as the Grizzlies just came out. And of course, very special with these throwback jerseys. First time since 2018, the Grizzlies have donned the copper and gold. Only 4th time they've done it since they switched to maroon and silver. But they're not the only one retro. Cal Poly also rocking a retro decal from the 50s on their helmets. 2nd straight week they've done that after doing it last. So everybody's going retro, and we'd love to see it. Let's go ahead and do a quick look at our Stockton Bank weather report. And man, fall football is finally and officially here in Missoula. 54 degrees as we're about to kick things off. Winds about 12 miles an hour out of the west-northwest, and it'll be partly cloudy. So it feels like college football here, and for everybody looking at those throwback jerseys, it definitely feels like the boys of fall are back. Do it for me here and your Stockton Bank weather. Montana's brand of banking. Let's kick this one off with Jordan and Trey, guys.
Thank you, Kyle. Doesn't get much better than this on a college football Saturday. Embracing the tradition of that national championship. You can feel the culture just oozing out and with the fans here at Grizz.
Tradition runs deep in Montana football here, and you can see it with some of the old uniforms and the old 1995 and 1980s Grizz wear in here. It's a pretty special place, Trey.
Ty Morris will get this one underway as Cal Poly will have the football first, and that one finds the end zone for the touchback. A Cal Poly team that, again, has endured injuries. They've had some red shirts as well. And the question is, will it be Bo Kelly or Ty Diefenbach? They have split starts. They've also used Jackson Akins and Anthony Grigsby Jr., but it will be Diefenbach, the 6'6" Pitt transfer, who started the first four before getting injured.
He's truly an explosive giant of a human at 6'7". The guy can run, but he can throw. He's got a cannon, Trey.
Third year taking snaps for Kelly, but Diefenbach first year with Cal Poly as they start from the 25-yard line. Goes underneath, catch made by Paul Holyfield Jr. in a short gain to the 29-yard line. Today's players to watch, brought to you by the Jewelry Design Center.
Rauch had his best game as a Grizz last week with 11 tackles. Tulia Pupu's got forced fumbles, 2 on the season, leads the conference.
Holyfield again for yards, third down coming up.
And then you got Trey Wilson and Boer. Both of these two are explosive on offense. Boer on the other side of Briscoe. Look for him to get the ball early and often if Poly is going to have a successful day here on offense.
Early third down for Cal Poly with that north end zone crowd behind the quarterback. 3 on the line. Grizz showing blitz. They're coming. Peyton Wing and others. And the pass is incomplete in the flat as they tried to get to the tight end, Alec Marshall. The Grizz defense, they'll show a lot of that. Hunter Pett got involved in that play.
What an interesting design. They brought 4, but it looked like they bring State and drop 7 into coverage, creating some indecision and pulling Diefenbach off of his first read and winning on third down, something they didn't do last week against Idaho State.
Look at Drew Deck standing at the Montana 29-yard line, awaiting the punt from Jess Ehrlich, a left-footed place kicker from Australia. He gets the kick away from 20, end over end. Deck's going to let it hit at the 35, and it will be down at the 29-yard line, and that's where Montana will start first and 10. An early stop for the Montana defense, and now the Grizz offense dynamic this season, averaging over 42 points per game. They had 11 chunk plays, played 15 yards or more last week, and Keali Ayat getting better and better.
Keali Ayat is one of the biggest reasons that happens. Obviously leading the conference, 3rd in the FCS in the entire country in yards per game. He is the young field general of this Montana offense, and they go as he goes.
We'll go a bunch set, 3 receivers left. Ian Finch in motion. They throw that way. Wortham's got Wortham to the 35, and he's knocked down after a 5-yard pickup. Today, players to watch brought to you by the Jewelry Design Center.
Eli Gilman with his 30th start, Liam Brown with his 35th start. Both of those bell cows for the Montana offense, but Mikey Diamato and Kenny Olson, number 2 and number 3 in the Big Sky Conference in tackles. If Poly's going to have a good day on defense, they have to clamp it down.
They say D'Amato sets the standard for this team on 2nd down and 5. Here's Gilman navigating his way for a first down up to the 43-yard line. Mason Rivera, the boundary safety on the tackle. Gilman got off to a slow start against Idaho State last week. He goes for 8 yards right there.
Little bit of a gap scheme. Gilman just pressing the line of scrimmage. Brent Pease this week wants to make sure to get the offensive running game going so they can have control of this football game.
That's a Tyrama first down. Grizz initial series from the 43-yard line. Pistol formation. Ayat looking to throw it. Has some time. Goes to the sideline and incomplete. Intended for Blake Bowen, and good to see him back out there. He's been injured, missed the Idaho and Idaho State games.
He's a tough kid. He's had some ailments, but man, a tough kid being able to get back out there in that period of time. Keali Ayat just sailed one there, got outside of him, and now he's out of the game. Look who's in.
Yeah, they're going to go Wildcat. Wortham was so effective in this formation against the Bengals in Pocatello. 2nd and 10 here. Hands it off to Gilman, trying to get to the outside. Eli turns the corner, has a first down to the Mustangs' 43-yard line. Jeremiah Bernard, the free safety, finally runs him out of bounds, but a 13-yard pickup.
This is what makes Eli Gilman so special. Him just simply outrun the defender to the perimeter and get a first down for Montana.
That's a Whitefish Credit Union replay right there. A good game Gilman off to a quick start from the 43-yard line. Two receivers to each side for Montana. Ayat play action to the sideline. Catch is made by Brooks Davis. His 19th catch of the season. Boston Wilson on coverage.
On that play there, Pauly lines up 4 on the line. But Victory Johnson, the defensive end, pops out into the slant window, something that Montana State on a lot. Interesting wrinkle by Cody Von Oppen. Let's see how many times they decide to bring 4 or drop 8 against Montana this week.
Multiple fronts. They're designed to get the linebackers involved in the play. They'll run option here, Montana. Keeping it, Ayat has a first down, and he's inside the Mustangs' 30-yard line. Mason Rivera on the goal. We knew he could run it. That was the story coming into the season. Hasn't had to do it a lot. That goes for now.
But he can do it right here. Pauly brings 6. In man pressure, Kaylee Ayat staring down the barrel of a gun right there, deciding to hold on to the ball and move the chains for Montana.
First down, Grizz in their homecoming gear. The throwbacks to the 95 national champs. First down at the Cal Poly 30. Ayat, that's deflected and incomplete. That was Thomas Buda, the right defensive end. The 6'2 guy got his hands up there to knock it down.
Once again, Cal Poly decides to bring 6, and Mikey Diamato playing above his shoulders, being smart, peeling with the flare route for Eli Gilman. Montana was getting ready to strike the band up, but Mikey Diamato said no way.
2nd and 10 at the 30. Gilman will shift into the motion in the backfield from the Wildcat. Wortham takes the direct snap and they shut it down. They're ready for Wortham there. Just a 1-yard gain. Jeremiah Bernard coming up from the safety spot. Now it's 3rd and long.
Fantastic tackle in the open field. Winning on 2nd down, forcing Montana to be in a 3rd and long situation right where Cal Poly wants to be on defense.
Paul Wolf, 13th season overall, 3rd at Cal Poly as their head coach. You mentioned Von Oppen, the defensive coordinator. As a penalty flag comes in here late. It's like Davis was late coming onto the field.
Illegal substitution. Offense, 12-man formation. 5-yard penalty. Down.
That's Jim Curley, a referee. They're going to back him up.
Coach Houck is not happy. This is something that he prides his team on. Taking care of these little issues. The right side, Brooks Davis is on. You can't break the huddle for you at home, understanding the rule. You cannot break the huddle and have 12 on the field. That's why it's a foul. That's why it's a penalty, and Montana goes back.
Now it's 3rd and 14. That pushes the limits of Morrison's field goal range. Again, 2 receivers to each side. Ayat in the pocket, has plenty of time. Now he delivers over the middle. Caught by Gilman inside the 25, breaks the tackle, and he's close to the first down. Boston Wilson, the boundary corner, dropped him about a yard shy. Now a 4th down coming up after a 12-yard pickup.
Wow, Kaylee Ayat finds his man, gets to a 4th and manageable, but man, when he comes back, he had Michael Wortham at the bottom of the screen for a touchdown. It's easy for me to see up here in the booth, but hey, it's 4th and 1, and now the Grizz are going for it.
They're not hesitating. They'll go with a 3 tight end alignment now to the of the formation. Gilman, the lone setback. Handoff, Gilman straight ahead, and I think he got the first down. He nudged it across the 20. Let's see where they marked this. Cal Poly thinks they stopped him. It's close.
I don't know, Trey. It all comes down to the spot. I don't think they got it. What a stop by the Poly defense.
Bernard has been active. He was in there. Here's a look.
The defensive line for Cal Poly had an unbelievable Mason Rivera, the safety sticking his nose in there and getting knocked back. Like 13 personnel, 1 back and 3 tight ends. If you're Cal Poly, that is how you answer. That is how you start fast.
Montana had come up with 7 straight 4th down conversions prior to that one. Now the Mustangs go to work after a big stop on 4th down. They'll hand it off to Holyfield running left. And he gets 3 yards up to the 23-yard line. Remember, this is a team that beat Sac State. They lost by a touchdown to UC Davis. They had a chance before Davis scored 14 in that 4th quarter. They know what it's like to go up against top-ranked competition.
They know what it's like, and Paul Wolf has come in here and won. He's won when he was at Eastern Washington in 2005, when Montana had a great ball club and won the conference that year.
Three receivers right. Diefenbach rolling right. Dumps it off to his running back, Holyfield, down the sidelines. And he's close to a first down across the 29, right at the 30-yard line. Elijah Tolbert over there defensively. And it looks like he's a little bit short of the stick.
Diefenbach working through his progressions, his offensive line, giving him time. But the significant part about this play is he the play alive with his ability to run and move. And his height, he can see it all.
Third down and a yard. From the pistol, Diefenbach wide open, the tight end Alec Marshall down the sideline. Marshall to the 30, and he's tracked down from behind by Diesel Wilkinson after a big pickup into Montana territory to the 26, 44 yards on that play.
The tight end wheel. You've got to keep your eyes outside, Diesel Wilkinson. Anything crosses your face, that's your responsibility. Good job getting him down late in the down, but not after Pauly rips a long one up the field and is sniffing the red zone.
Marshall, a big target, 6'7", 240. He can run from Menlo Park, California. First down at the 26 now. Mustang trying to get on the board first. He'll hand it off. And this is Sanders and not much available. Middle of the field. That was Peyton Wing in the middle of things.
Montana switching personnel groups after a win on first down. Take a look on the inside of your screen, the defensive line stoning them. Kellen Dietrich the play, but he gets vertical knockout and cuts zone cutback lane right in half, allowing Peyton Wing to run free and stone the ball carrier for a 1-yard gain.
Kendrick Sanders, they go deep into their depth chart to give him the ball. He's in the backfield again. 5'9" back from San Francisco. They fake it to him this time. Diefenbach rolling right. Diefenbach's going to tuck it and run out of bounds by Tolbert. Diefenbach, those long strides at 6'6". That was defended pretty well.
Elijah Tolbert playing great responsibility football. Spying Diefenbach and getting him out of bounds for a manageable situation here for the Pauly offense.
Defense 12-man in formation. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
That's the second against the Grizz. That flag thrown on the far side of the field near the goal line.
Coach Houck is livid right now. Unacceptable for a ball club of his to have 2 pre-snap penalties like that. Not happy. They need to shore that up and stop giving it away early if they want to be in this ball game.
From the 20. Diefenbach, blitz coming, they got him and they drop him at the 29. That was Wilkinson coming in a flash, and Diefenbach didn't know what hit him.
Montana, they bring pressure. Kansas was wide open across the field. You see number 8 in the middle of your screen. It was a touchdown, but the nickel pressure from Diesel Wilkinson forced Diefenbach to pull it up. Sack Montana.
His first sack of the season, a big one. Now it's 3rd and 10. So he goes in motion to the right. They throw his way, and he dives and makes a catch near the first down stick. I think he's got it inside the 6-yard line.
That's the ability that Diefenbach has to lead. Fantastic job getting his head around and catching the ball and moving the sticks in a very tough position.
Ian Salehi, a sophomore from Tarzana, California, his 19th catch. He's been their slot guy this season. In the AVA red zone, Cal Poly looking to strike first. Jordan Garrison goes in motion, and we've got whistles and penalty flags. That is Michael Briscoe, their all-league wide receiver. There's Paul Wolf. He has been at a lot of different levels. Eastern Washington, Wazoo grad, Washington State coach, and Cal Poly took over for Bo Baldwin, and he's starting to build some good things there. They're excited about their potential. Showing blitz Montana. They jumped off sides. Free play for Diefenbach. Fires over the middle. It's intercepted. This may not stand. Micah Harper has it, and he goes down at the 26-yard line. It looked like Peyton Wing jumped across the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, great job by Diefenbach with the hard count, drawing Montana offsides and getting the free play. Really unfortunate start here for the Grizz, having 3 pre-snap penalties.
Offside, defense number 24. 5-yard penalty, first down.
They're going to call Wilkinson the guilty party here, and again, the penalty's hurting Montana early.
Take a look on the left side of your screen. Diesel Wilkinson jumps off sides, creating another pre-snap penalty and positive yardage for Mustangs.
First down at the 16, Cal Poly. 2 receivers left, including Briscoe. Play action, slant, and it's incomplete. He wanted George Garrison, the sophomore slot, missed on that attempt.
RPO, run pass option. Diefenbach ability for an inside zone. He's going to want that one back. Tim Rosenbaum wants him to read the option of the defensive lineman, and he collapses, and it was the running back would have hit his head on the goalpost for that one. You see, look at the red zone. Montana's got a top red zone defense in the conference right now. The Mustangs are darn efficient as well.
Empty set, 5 receivers this time. Diefenbach intercepted. It's picked off by Caleb Artluski, and the Grizz turn him over.
Just what the doctor prescribed. Caleb Artluski shooting through in the slant window. Fantastic job catching the ball.
Number 45, Montana gets the ball back.
Welcome back to Washington-Grizzly Stadium. Still scoreless here between Montana and Cal Poly. And of course, the talk of the town around here in Missoula is the 1995, celebrating and partying like it's 1995 with the gold and copper throwbacks as the Grizzlies are doing. It's only the 4th time they've done this, guys. They did it, they surprised fans back in 08 against Montana State and won that 35-3. Then recently did it in 2015 and 2018 against NAU and Sacramento State. And of course, everybody's been buzzing. You can look around the crowd. Copper and gold and maroon here as everybody's celebrating the 30th anniversary of that national championship.
That team had magic, Kyle. Maybe this team has some of that magic. They get a big turnover on a Caleb Artluski interception and run the ball with Eli Gilman deep in their own. Jeremiah Bernard on the tackle. Gilman's off to a good start, and that is a promising thing for a team that wants to run the ball better after last week. 6-yard pickup.
Yeah, 6-7 yards a pop here for Gilman early in this game. So again, you can see it's a point of emphasis for Montana to establish consistency in the run game.
Gilman gets his number called again, and he is stuffed this time. That's Mason Rivera, the junior from Tracy, California. He's been a leader at that safety spot here in the early stages.
That's their guy in the secondary. Cody Bonap, the defensive coordinator, was talking about take a look at his ability to break down, lower his pads, and bring some oomph behind him, tackling Eli Gilman in the hole. Second
team All Big Sky Conference a year ago, Rivera, and now it's a 3rd down and 2 for Montana. Each team with drives, but Montana turns it over on downs, and Cal Poly turns it over on an interception to throw it. Ayat, Wortham's got it, and he has a first down across the 25-yard line. Calvin Moore on the tackle.
Interesting route there by Michael Wortham. Faking a wheel up the sideline and stopping on a dime, and Kaylee Ayat putting it on the money on the left side of your screen there. Michael Wortham reaching out across his body and snagging it with some strong hands.
He has a lot on his plate. Coach Brent Pease talked about that, but he has handled it so well.
It's truly amazing to hear your offensive coordinator talk about how much he gives the guy, truly, and how much he can handle.
Here's Bohannon now as they go to the air again. Moore again on the tackle, and the short passing game working here for the Grizz on this drive across the 30-yard line.
Kaylee Ayat, good start by him here today. Coach Brent Pease said he's a rhythm guy. We want to get him involved early, high percentage throws, and let him flourish. He has been protecting the ball exceptionally well. Can he continue to do it here for the Grizz?
Bohannon's 10th catch of the season after missing a couple games with injury. 5-yard pickup right there. Gilman, hit, dropped. Rivera again, he really has Gilman spotted in his crosshairs here in the early stages. He got some help from Kenny Olson, their will linebacker.
Mason Rivera is an extremely high productive player. 28 total tackles, 3 breakups. But when you watch him on tape, his eyes are never wrong. They're always in the right spot. And you go, how did he make that play? You knew where it was going. No, his eyes were just perfect. And that comes with hours and hours of film preparation.
Empty backfield this time. Now Gilman will shift into the backfield on a 3rd and 5. Ayat, slant pattern, and is dropped. It would have been close to the first down. Trying to go low and get that was Brooks Davis. D'Amato on the coverage, 4th down.
That was a strike by Kaylee. Yeah, Brooks Davis. Got to come down with that one. Heard some footsteps there by Mikey D'Amato. Coming inside out. That's a big boy with some bad intentions, Trey.
So both defenses bend but don't break on series, and there's a 3 and out. Each side has that so far in this first half. Defense has ruled the day so far as Ty Morrison will punt it away, averaging 42.6 per kick, and gets away a good one. Fielded at the 20-yard line, and down quickly is Carson Cool, and that's where Cal Poly will have the football next. Homecoming in Missoula was scoreless.
Today's game is sponsored by the University of Montana. Build your skills the Montana way. Town Pump. Pump it up. Stockman Bank. Montana's brand of banking. Your Montana Chevy dealers. And Montana State University. Mountains and Mines.
Homecoming in Missoula after a 50-yard punt from Ty Morrison. Mustangs have the football back. They'll start from the 21-yard line. Diefenbach off the play fake. And the backfield, Logan Boer, and he is shut down. A short gain right there. We have a new system for our Marsh McLennan Agency fan zone this season. Scan the barcode on the bottom left of the screen. Follow the instructions. Send in your pick. Sponsored by Marsh McLennan Agency. We'll share some of her favorites later in the game. They had that navigated pretty well defensively.
Cal Poly had numbers on the screen there. Peyton Wing and Prince Ford just out-physical the defenders and punched it through the offensive line. Big stop.
2nd and 8, again, play action, slant, Boer again, and he's across the 30 and close to a 1st down. 4th-year wide receiver, Brady Beaner on the tackle. Boer's a dangerous guy, a 6'1 senior.
Copycat league. This is what Idaho State did so well. Slants inside on the hashers in man-to-man situations. Simple, high-percentage connection. Now you're the very 3rd and manageable for the Poly offense.
Braden Bailey in at the nose position for Montana. 3rd and 1 from the 30. Flag is thrown. They'll throw it to Garrison, who's hit right at the line of scrimmage, and he leans forward close to the 1st down. That was Brady Beaner again, coming up from his DB spot. Couple flags on the field. Football's resting between the 31 and 32, and they have, here's a call.
Illegal formation, offense, 5 men in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
5 in the backfield, you don't hear that very often.
Very interesting. You're going to have 7 on the line of scrimmage. One of the wide receivers. Boer supposed to be on the ball as the outside receiver. Pre-snap error for the Cal Poly Mustangs at a less than ideal point in the game.
Now 3rd and 6. That brings the Grizz blitz package potentially into play. Tulio Pupo is on the blitz. Diefenbach goes downfield, and it's incomplete. Had his man, Kean Salehi, but Micah Harper was with him in coverage.
Micah Harper stepping up with some injuries on the Montana defense. He's a safety, but he can play like a corner. One of the highest ranked coverage athletes in the entire country.
So the defense forces the 3 and out for the 2nd time, as Paul Wolf's team will have to punt it away. They got into the red zone before Caleb Otluski picked off a pass from Diefenbach. Jesse Ehrlich to punt it, and Michael Wortham is back at the Grizz 35-yard line. The Australian gets the kick away, end over end. It's going to bounce in front of Wortham at the 42. He'll try to stay away from it, and it's down at the 40. So a short field for Montana when we come back. Late stages, 1st quarter, no score in Missoula. No score here at Wa-Grizz. Time now for a check of this week's Williams Plumbing and Heating trivia questions. Visit WilliamsPlumbing.com. Register for a chance to win tickets to an upcoming Grizz or Cats game. Today's question, since the NCAA started recognizing sacks as an official stat in 2000, which of these players have the most sacks in a single season? Familiar name there on the left side of the screen, a guy that had a tremendous career in Pocatello. One of the guys. We'll let you know. First down, Montana at the 41 after the punt. Ayat going to the air, and the catch is made across midfield. Mason Rivera with the tackle, and they pick up 9.
Interesting job there by Kaylee Ayat. Reading through his progressions, that's his third read. Fantastic. Working through his progressions and hitting his receiver.
And that will be the final play of our first quarter. Montana in Cal Poly territory when we start the second quarter. A good one here in Missoula. In 2005, Cal Poly came to Missoula for a first-round matchup. 1AA playoffs. Montana heavily favored, but James Noble ran for 4 touchdowns. And Cal Poly got their first ever playoff win, a 35-21 upset. 2022, the team from the Central Coast of California out of their element. Early season snowstorm in Missoula. Conditions got worse and worse as the game went on. And so did things for the Mustangs. The Grizz, a 57-0 whitewash. Here, ideal temperatures. Homecoming. Scoreless game, those who start the second quarter. Ayat to the air and incomplete. You want to Bohannon, who made a catch to end that first quarter for a first down, and number 4 getting involved early in this game, coming off that injury.
Yeah, he's on a limited snap count after being off for a couple weeks. They want to keep him healthy, but man, Kaylee Ayat is dotting people up. He'd like to have that one. That would have been a tough out-of-body catch. Kaylee's really clicking right now.
Bohannon, the game captain for this one, the senior from Woodstock, Georgia. 2nd and 10 from the Cal Poly 49. Ayat stepping into pressure, and down he goes. That was Victory Johnson, the rush end. He's been a leader up front. That's his 3rd sack this season.
Quote from Cody Von Oppen, Victory Johnson, if 10 plays well, we play well. What a get-off by Victory Johnson. Cal Poly Mustangs bringing 5 there in zone pressure and getting home on Kaylee Ayat for the loss.
Manali Danielson, the freshman, was in there first, and then Johnson finished him off. 3rd down and 15 now for Montana from their 46. Gale, the tight end, on the left side of the formation. 2 receivers to each side. Cal Poly showing blitz. They're bringing numbers. Ayat stands in, fires downfield for Bohannon, and that is out of play. Defended well down there. That was Troy Fletcher, and it'll be a 4th down. Even if he catches that, Jordan, I think he's out of bounds.
He would have. The defensive back for Cal Poly, number 21, does an excellent job boxing him out on the sideline and making it so even if he were to come down with the ball, he's out of bounds. No catch. Fantastic defense by the Cal Poly Mustangs, getting off the field once again.
Yeah, that was C.J. Solis-Lumar, a freshman from Los Angeles, as they're going deep into their personnel. They have thrown a lot of bodies out there here in the first half, and that kick is almost blocked. Morrison gets it away, and it's fielded by Cool as he slides down at the 22-yard line. Mustangs have it back. Defenses have ruled the day so far at Wa-Grizz. We're scoreless in an important game in Big Sky Conference football, and Cal Poly and Montana locked up in a good one. Early stages in the second quarter. Montana trying to stay perfect, coming in 5-0. First 5-0 start since 09. All these teams are still undefeated, or they lead, with the exception of North Dakota State today. They're tied with Southern Illinois in the second quarter at 10. And this has been a matchup of 2 teams that have postseason aspirations. This is a Cal Poly team that beat Sac State, almost knocked off UC Davis last week. Their defense has played well. They've got the football now from the 20. They set up a screen to Jordan Garrison, and Garrison across the 25, a pickup of 7 yards. Peyton Wing on the tackle. Now a message from the Jewelry Design Center.
More choices. We are Jewelry Design Center, and we want to be your jeweler for life. Come see us in Missoula, on Brooks, across from the Montana Club.
Diefenbach 7 of 11, 72 yards. He does have that interception picked off by Otluski as they moved into the red zone in the first quarter. Diefenbach, deep ball down the right sideline, and it is hauled in. Lawler on the coverage, but Michael Briscoe, their go-to guy, he's been quiet all day long, and the top receiver in the Big Sky steps up.
Questionably the top receiver in the entire country. That's why this guy is an NFL prospect. Big body, can run, reaching out with strong hands and snagging the football.
35 on the pickup. There's a slant and a catch made for a first down as Kenzel Lawler on the tackle. They go out of the backfield with that one, a pickup of 14. It's Amari in orange taking a catch.
Pauly's humming right now on offense. Multiple personnel, multiple tight ends in the ball game for Pauly.
Play fake. Pattern to the sideline. Catch made by Brooks Wheatley, and Wheatley's going to take it in. Touchdown Mustangs, 26 yards, and they strike first here on the road. 4 plays, and they get into the end zone.
Diefenbach is capable. He just went through the Montana defense like a hot knife through butter on that drive. Fantastic read on the RPO. He made the right read there and getting it to Wheatley on the perimeter for the score.
Now they're lined up in a funky formation here. No kicker. They're going to go for 2. Sonny, the tight end, takes a snap. Sonny's going to keep it. He's hit, and he's dropped short of the goal line. They fail on the 2-point try.
Doesn't look like a lot, Trey, but that's a big stop for the Montana defense. The question we have is, does Montana have the ability to answer back after Pauly's score right after this?
Today's game is sponsored by the University of Montana. Build your skills the Montana way. Town Pump, Pump It Up. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking. Your Montana Chevy dealers. And Montana State University, Mountains and Mines.
Well, Buck Buchanan Award winners, how about this list? Jordan Beck, Chris Gokon, Kyle Shotwell, a couple linebackers, and a tight end. Recipients of that prestigious award. Cal Poly off to a good start here. They get into the end zone, miss on the 2-point try, but a Wheatley touchdown catch, and 6-0 Mustangs. Wortham out of the end zone. Spins away from a tackle. Trying to get to the outside. They hem him in, and he reverses field again. And that's a face mask. He is dragged down at the 24-yard line by Braden Breedlove, but he grabbed the face mask, and they should tack on yardage right here.
That might be a Guinness Book World Record, longest 22-yard return in the history of football. I think he hit the sideline 3 times on that one, Trey. Tack on 15.
Personal foul, face mask, number 47 of the kicking team. 15-yard penalty added to the end of the play. First down.
Kyle, let's check in with you.
Hey guys, we were talking about the north end zone obviously being something opposing offenses don't like, but man, Ty Diefenbach after that touchdown right up to everybody on the railing and made sure to shush them, and got a couple of nice hellos back from the crowd as well, so they're not shying away from this atmosphere today, guys.
Kyle, they've played a lot of personnel, and they've all come in and done a nice job on both sides of the ball. Montana will start after the penalty, this drive from the 40-yard line. Ayat has some time, dumps it to Gilman out of the backfield. Gilman makes a man miss, and then tries to steamroll somebody and run out of bounds. The 43, Jeremiah Bernard, will get credit for the tackle, 3-yard pickup.
Hang in there, Darren Barkins. That's a big boy running down, barreling down on you there. You see why Eli Gilman's so special, though. Running with balance, posture, and explosive ability. 6
carries, 30 yards for Gilman. Has a couple catches in this one. 2nd and 7. Gilman on the handoff, straight ahead. And he drives to the 49, about a yard shy of the first down. Mikey D'Amato, their leading tackler, third in the Big Sky in tackles on the stop.
Mike D'Amato did a really good job there on the inside, getting off of a block and making the tackle. He is their juice guy. He's their energy guy. Coach Cody Van Appen talks about him and just raves about his ability to prepare in the film room and his ability to practice at a high level, and it shows up. One of the leading tacklers in the country, Mike D'Amato.
His dad, Tony, played at Utah State and with the Steelers. Third down or short now. Play action for Ayat. Looking downfield. Davis, and it's knocked away.
This true freshman is showing up, Trey. What a play by the Cal Poly defense. Montana goes max protection. That means everyone stays in and blocks. Brooks Davis on the deep over route, clamped down by the Poly defense.
That was C.J. Solis-Lumar again, the true freshman who's made a couple plays defensively for Cal Poly. Chance for Ty Morrison to pin the Mustangs back. He gets the kick away, a beauty, end over end. Cool waiting on it, and that'll take a backwards hop, and it's down by Montana inside the 2-yard line. Big kick from Morrison, as the Mustangs will be backed up near their own goal line. Now a word from the Montana Boat Center.
Football season, boating season. You can plan for one while enjoying the other. Order your new dream boat now. Montana Boat Center.
49 yards on that punt from Morrison, and they turn the field. Tanner Huff, the guy that downed it down there inside the 3.
That might be what Montana needs to flip the field possession, some momentum, and a big potential stop here by the defense to get back in this game, because Poly is right where they want to be, up on the number 4 team in the country in homecoming.
No scoring in the first quarter. Diefenbach hooking up with Brooks Wheatley, the sophomore, for the only score in this one. From his 3, he's in his end zone now, to the sideline, and going high and trying to get it, but to no avail was Garrison. Lawler on the cover, 2nd and 10.
Just a little outside there. Diefenbach needs to get rid of the ball. Gets a touch faster. Fantastic defense by Lawler. Diefenbach just got to deal that one out a little bit quicker.
Garrison, a big target at 6'2", much like Idaho State. They've got some big targets on the perimeter. Single back, 2 backs now actually in the backfield, and 2 receivers to each side. They'll run it, and it's botched up and almost a safety. They almost came up with 2 points right there, as getting the handoff was Kendrick Sanders, and he just nudged it across the goal line. Hayden Schwartz was in there.
Football's the same everywhere. Hard count, direct run, and shots coming out of the end zone. Now, if you're the Montana defense, expect a hard count, because Cal Poly has got to get some room here to punt it. They are about as far as you, or as close as you can get to that goal line, Trey.
3rd and 12. Diefenbach, deep shot, downfield, Garrison, and he overshoots him. It's 4th down. Lawler was with him step for step, and now what you talked about, a tough situation for the special teams of the Mustangs.
This is called spray punt. They're going to snap it to the punter. He's not even going to try to kick it out of a direction. And this is where you want to be if you're special teams for Montana, because the ball is likely to end up in the middle of the field on a return, and it's all about spacing and timing. This is where touchdowns happen on returns for special teams play.
Deck standing at the 40. Jesse Ehrlich, left-footed place kicker, standing back on the edge of the end zone. Gets the kick away. It's a good one. Bangs that one over the 50. Duck will watch it hit. Bounces away from him. Deck picks it up on a couple hops. And Deck returns it to the 45-yard line. That's about as good as you can ask for if you're Cal Poly. Still a short field for Montana. Well, Jordan, last week in Pocatello, Grizzlies had their hands full with Idaho State. Jordan Cook, over 400 yards. 2 receivers went over 100. Bengals built up a 13-point lead in the 3rd quarter. Michael Wortham, though, did it all. Running, receiving, catching, over 200 yards. 2 big 4th down stops late. as the Grizz pulled that one off 42-38.
Not familiar territory for Montana to be behind their resilient bunch. They've been behind twice this year already. They were down at 1 point by 13 and came back and won against Idaho State.
Josh Gale goes in motion. They'll hand it off straight ahead and short yardage as Buddha shuts down Gilman after a pickup of 3. Gilman 8 carries so far, and it's 2nd and 7. Nothing's come easy for either offense. Cal Poly did have a touchdown drive.
Selfishly, I'm sitting up here as a defensive guy going, I kind of like this. Boy, last week was making me sweat a little bit with all those points and touchdowns.
Kind of game, huh?
This is my kind of game, man. Good responsibility football, but you're wondering who's going to take the top off.
Wortham is on the field in the Wildcat formation. Gilman to his right. Takes the handoff. Wortham trying to get to the edge. Spins into Mustangs territory and down to the 47-yard line. Boston Wilson, the junior corner from Pomona, got to him. 3rd and short coming up.
Grizz are just trying to get that run game to settle in, but Poly is playing stout, stingy defense right now, rising to the level of physicality for the Montana Grizzlies.
This has been a big play defense. Cal Poly 14 sacks this year, 7 picks. And there's one of the guys, Bobby Pyland, 285-pounder up front, making his presence felt. 3rd down and 2. Ayat back in at quarterback. Handoff. It's Gilman. Monty Gilman checking in, and he comes up with a big play down to the 35-yard line. That is a big boost for this offense. 12-yard pickup for the redshirt freshman. Calvin Moore on the tackle.
Monty Gilman with the track speed. Who's faster, Monty or Eli? I think Monty would say he's faster. They're utilizing Monty in a lot because of his elite speed. And there he goes, getting a 1st down for the Grizz.
Well, they've clocked him at 4.3 in the 40. He showed it off right there. 1st down at the 35 now. In the backfield now, Stevie Rocker Jr. to the right. The handoff, and not much available. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Kenny Olson read that well. Junior from Pleasanton, California.
Again, Montana gets a big play, gets an explosive. Cal Poly regathers and does a good job on winning on 1st down. Football's such a different game when you win on 1st and 2nd down. It's a difference between 3rd and medium, 3rd and short, or 3rd and long. The call sheet is just so much different for a defensive coordinator, allowing you to pressure or not.
Boy, Olson and D'Amato, 2 of the best linebackers in the Big Sky. They have played well here. 2nd and 10. Ayat over the middle. Catch made by Davis, short of the 1st down, but a good pickup. Bernard on the tackle, and again a 3rd and short scenario for the Montana offense.
Yeah, that was an interesting call by Cody Van Oppen there. Cal Poly's in cover 2 defense. That's 2 high safeties, and Mikey D'Amato's got to play the alley, the middle of the field, and that's a long way for him to go to outside the hash and make that play. Manageable situation here for the Grizz.
Those are Whitefish Credit Union replays. Bobby Houck looks on, another 3rd and short, 3rd and 3 here. But from the Wildcat, handoff. Rocker gets the handoff from Wortham, and he moves the sticks. D'Amato the tackle, but it's 1st and 10.
Josh Gale flashes across your screen here, drawing the Cal Poly linebackers over. Yes, Mikey D'Amato makes the play, but it's just a touch late. Interesting wrinkle there by Brent Pease, the offensive coordinator, messing with the eyes of the Cal Poly defense.
He's got 2 tight ends out there now, Titus Rohr and Josh Gale. A bunch formation. Now you've got Wortham and Davis split to the bottom of the screen. Rocker will go in motion now. He's lined up as a receiver. Ayat looking that way. Ayat overshoots Gale, and that is picked off. Threw it away, and Mason Rivera was in the right spot. And the Mustangs have the football.
Big stop for the Cal Poly defense. Getting the interception. The man, Mason Rivera. What a job by that young man.
And the defense from Cal Poly has been impressive. And they have a 6-0 lead.
Here's that last play on the turnover. by Cal Poly Rivera, who's been huge today. Kaylee Yaya gets hit, makes a tough throw, and Poly comes up with it. Great job. That man has been Mr. Reliable for the Cal Poly defense today, Mason Rivera.
His first interception this season. Now breaking a tackle is Holyfield into the open field. And a big gainer on the ground. The ball comes out of there, but Holyfield was down at the 43. Elijah with Tolbert on the tackle. 23-yard pickup.
Pulling as the runner was down prior to the ball coming loose. First down.
Holyfield, last couple weeks, he's had a big part of this offense. He's a strong runner. You see they're running through the arm tackle of the Montana defenders.
He missed last season with a knee injury. Now a key component on play action. Diefenbach in trouble, and he throws it away. He was lucky to get rid of that one, as it looked like chaos back there. Peyton Wing was in the backfield.
Peyton Wing was back there, but I think that turf shark on the 34-yard line might have bit Diefenbach's foot there. It'll be interesting to see who gets credited. Diefenbach dropping back under duress with pressure and just got a little bit stuck there in the turf.
2nd and 10 now. Grizz showing blitz. They're rushing 5. Diefenbach rolling away from pressure, and he's got room to roam. And he runs out of bounds with the first down at the Montana 41-yard line. 15-yard pickup, and showing his ability to run it with that long stride.
What a run by Diefenbach, but I tell you what, Logan Boer, look at the block, driving Prince Ford out of bounds, allowing his quarterback to get extra yardage in a first down for the Mustangs.
Under 5 minutes to go before halftime. Cal Poly on the move again at the Montana 40. Diefenbach setting up over the middle and incomplete. Overshoots Garrison. There's a flag in the backfield.
It's in that roughing the passer area unless they get a hold. That one got away from Diefenbach a little bit. He hits Salei wide open across the middle of the field.
Chop block. Offense, number 85 and number 22. 15-yard penalty. First down.
Boy, Paul Wolf does not like it. That's on Alec Marshall. A chop block backs him up.
So something that's a misconception, okay? When you are engaged at the top here, when you are engaged, Hunter Peck is engaged right there with Alec Marshall, number 85, and the tailback for Cal Poly. Cuts him down below the waist. That's a chop block. That's an illegal block, Trey.
Dietrich, the guy that took the spill, now on 1st and 25. Diefenbach over the middle, incomplete. Off the hands of Briscoe. Harper on coverage. 2 good ones locking up right there, and now it's 2nd and long.
Harper drew a tough card this week. They trust him a lot. He's been man-to-man on Briscoe a lot of the day today. There he's coming from deep in the safety position with a physical presence and letting Briscoe know that I'm here in the middle of the field if you want to come into my domain.
The Grizz have mixed man and zone. It's a blitz situation here, maybe 2nd and 25.
We will see. Looks like it right here. They drop 8, Trey.
Diefenbach pump fakes. Trying to run away from pressure. Down he goes to the 47. Good job defensively that time by Jake Mason, and it's a 3rd and long situation, just shy of midfield.
Montana shows blitz and drops 8 into coverage and only rushes 3, and then Jake Mason was breathing down Diefenbach's neck. He's got those heavy paws. He wanted that ball. He tried to punch it out.
Now 3rd and 23, not an ideal situation if you're Cal Poly.
Yeah, I don't think Tim Rosenbaugh's got a lot on the call sheet here. Montana's in what they call a sticks coverage, lined up about 5 yards in front of the sticks here.
Diefenbach over the middle, catch is made, short of the first down. Upended is the tight end Marshall on a big tackle from Cade Boyd. That does get them inside the 40. 4th down coming up. 15-yard pickup.
Interesting decision here by Tim Rosenbaugh. It is no man's land. Diefenbach gets his man Alec Marshall the ball.
They're going to punt it. One school of thought is you take a shot. They're going to punt it here, leading 6-0 with 3:20 to go and the clock running before halftime. Deck late getting on as the punt returner for Montana, Jesse Ehrlich. The Australian will wait and now get the kick away end over end towards the goal line, and that will find the end zone. Thanks for sending your picture into the Marshall McLennan Agency fan zone. Here are a few of our favorites from today. Keep them coming. Homecoming weekend here in Missoula.
Watch one of them or future Grizz, Trey. People having some fun here.
Look at Teddy there. He's a big Grizz fan. And he climbed Mount Sentinel from what I understand.
Teddy's up there. He's in here telling me he can switch hit. I said, can you switch in the middle of an at-bat? He said, only if they switch pitchers, man.
Yeah, his dad pulling the production levers here and doing a great job. And Teddy's getting a first look close-up at what it takes to be involved in a game like this. And here's a big one for both teams from the 20-yard line. Ayat rolling away from pressure. That's deflected and incomplete. Wortham couldn't come up off of the deflection. It's 2nd and 10.
Stingy job, stingy defense by the Cal Poly Mustangs.
Look at this. They have shut down Montana. No easy chore.
They have not done much, and that's just it, Trey. They have shut them down. Top offense in the Big Sky, top 10 offense in the country. And it is tough sledding today for the Montana offense against this Mustang defense.
Just 117 total yards on 2nd and 10. They set up the receiver screen to Wortham. Wortham trying to get to the outside, and he's dragged down from the 26. That's one way to get your offense jump-started. He picks up 6. Jeremiah Bernard on the tackle.
Yes, that was a 6-yard gain for the Montana offense. Jeremiah Bernard has been everywhere, all over the field today, and this kid can run, man. Unbelievable job tracking Michael Wortham inside out. Can Kaylee Ayat move the sticks here on 3rd down?
Approaching the 2-minute timeout here. 3rd down and 5. Ayat zips it, caught by Davis, a big catch for a 1st down. More on the tackle. The reason that's so big, you keep the football and you don't allow Cal Poly to get it back after that 8-yard pickup.
Big connection there to Brooks Davis, catching the ball in traffic and getting absolutely punished after. Look at his ability to snag it, haul it in, and move the sticks for the Montana offense.
And we have reached the 2-minute timeout here.
That's a 2-minute timeout. Timeout on the field.
6-0 Cal Poly. Grizz trying to get their offense uncorked here. Bobby Houck fired up. Cal Poly's defense has stepped up against one of the best offenses at the FCS level.
They've been playing stingy defense, forcing tough throws, pass breakups, turnovers, everything and more that you're going to have to do if you're going to come in here for the Cal Poly Mustangs and play spoiler against homecoming. They've got to Kaylee Ayat, they've hit Kaylee Ayat, they've forced these receivers from Montana to run some tough routes.
Empty set, 5 receivers for Ayat on 1st down. He's under duress, throws late, catch made. Wortham makes a man miss, makes another man miss, and a 1st down up to the 45. Well, he bailed him out at Idaho State with big-time plays, and he comes up with a big one there. Rivera on the tackle.
Breakdown in coverage, there's nothing more you can do for the Poly defense right there, and Kaylee just getting his man, the playmaker, the ball, and saying, you do the rest, man.
12-yard pickup. Ayat goes underneath with this pass. It's caught by Wortham. D'Amato on the tackle. It's been the Wortham show, much like last week, just not as many big numbers from number 6 today.
He does kind of get them going in that direction. What do you do in a situation like this? Get your playmakers the ball and let them do the rest.
2nd and 5, 1 minute 20 seconds to work with. Blitz. Ayat avoids it. Downfield for Davis. Some contact down there, and it's picked off. And it's incomplete now. Out of bounds, Cal Poly.
Rolling on the field, an incomplete pass.
Bernard had a beat on that one. It's 3rd down.
These Cal Poly Mustang defensive backs. Just sidestep by Kaylee Ayat, trusting this guy Brooks Davis. You know, I really like the no call by the officials there. Everybody's going for the ball. And hey, that's football. These guys are out here competing at a high level. That would have been monumental if Brooks Davis could have hauled that in.
Calvin Moore is the player that is down. He was defending with Bernard on that play.
You hate to see that. He's had a big day today. All of these guys have for the Cal Poly Mustang defense.
Their DBs can play multiple positions, and their key coming in was be dynamic on 3rd and long situations. They've been dynamic most of this game on every down.
Winning on third down, and it starts with winning on first down, and that's what Cal Poly has done, allowing pressure and looks to come out quicker and not allowing Kaylee Ayat and the Montana offense to sit there, have time, and throw the ball, or have the option of Eli Gilman getting involved in the run game on these third and longs.
This is 3rd and 5.
By Cal Poly under 2 minutes of the half. Timeout, Cal Poly, first of the half.
So they're choosing to take a timeout because a player went down. That negates the 10-second runoff for the defense.
3rd and 5, minute 13 to work with for Ayat and company from their 49. Ayat over the middle and incomplete. Off the outstretched hands of Jordan Deaver, and it's 4th down. That was Wilson on the coverage.
Montana's just been a day late and a dollar short on a few of these. That's not to say that Poly isn't doing a fantastic job in clamping down these coverages and forcing tough throws. Deaver can catch that ball. Ayat can get it a little bit more inside. They just need to continue to stay with it and connect if they want to stay in this ball game.
Ty Morrison has put a dozen inside the 20 this year. He'll try to pin Cool back here as he gets his kick away from the 39-yard line. End over end. Cool will let it go, and that bounces into the end zone. And the Mustangs will have it at the 20-yard line. Well, there's a good vibe right now in the Central Coast. $45 million, 40,000 square foot football-only athletic center. Team will be in the building later this year. The Madden Center, there'll be an official grand opening, ribbon cutting with the Madden family in the spring. The team will do a run out from the Madden Center in their first home game next season. That's something a lot of players, coaches, and obviously alumni are excited about.
Talking to Coach Paul Wolf this week, talking about the importance of championship level facilities to be able to recruit to. They don't live and die by the portal, and he said that it doesn't fit with their academic pedigree at Cal Poly. Big, big get for the Madden Center at Cal Poly.
You're gonna run the football here. It's gonna be Holyfield across the 30, and he has a first down. They have 2 timeouts left. That'll stop the clock momentarily as they move the chains, 57 seconds to go. Wolves team came in prepared. They've been solid defensively. Diefenbach to the sideline. It's Briscoe on the catch. He's out of bounds. Just short of the stick at the 40-yard line. They have some time here, Jordan. 46 seconds in those 2 timeouts.
They have time and they have the personnel to do it. Diefenbach can make the throws. You see Briscoe there hauling it in and methodically, you know, just moving the ball down the field, and they're in a good situation with these 2 timeouts as well.
On 2nd and a yard, handoff, Holyfield, and he moves the chains up to the 43-yard line. Again, Ty Diefenbach, 2 years at Pitt, did not play there. He was a top 100 California prospect by ESPN out of high school in Calabasas, Los Angeles area. Playing very well here after an injury derailed the early start to his season. To the sideline, and it's Briscoe again out of bounds at the 50-yard line, 34 ticks remaining.
You can see why, and you can see that he's doing better in a situation like this in 2 minutes when he doesn't have to think as much. You need to know as a defense that teams are going to go to their playmakers. Once again, Briscoe back to back.
Sanders now in as the running back. Diefenbach on 2nd and short. Downfield with it. He wants Boer. He's got it inside the 15-yard line. That was delivered on the money. Prince Ford on the coverage, but Logan Boer, the senior, hauls it in. 43 on that play.
Diefenbach's operating right now. Poly is moving the ball. Can they score here before time runs out?
20 seconds to work with. Sanders cutting back, nothing available. Down to the 10, a couple yards, and that's it. And they'll burn a timeout here.
Timeout, Cal Poly, their 2nd and a half. 30-second timeout.
A timeout off on that last tackle. How about this play?
Man-to-man situation against Prince Ford. Logan Boer hauling it in, and Diefenbach, that thing came from orbit. It dropped straight down, and what a catch by Logan Boer.
He had a big game against UC Davis last week and is stepping up here opposite of Briscoe, their all-big Sky guy on the other side. Get ready for game day with Megan Robinson during This Week in Big Sky Football. You'll hear from your favorite coaches and players, plus get an insider's look at the conference every Saturday on the Scripps Sports Station. Check local listings for times in your area. 14 seconds before halftime. Diefenbach play action. Has time over the middle. Incomplete. Tried to get it to Kian Salehi. Wilkinson was back there. 9 seconds now before halftime.
Long developing play there for the Cal Poly Mustangs because of the defensive backs at Montana doing a fantastic job in coverage.
Now they still have that timeout in their back pocket. Third down. Holyfield, the running back, 3 receivers right. Diefenbach looking that way. Rolling, throwing for the end zone, he throws it away. Just got rid of it. Conservative play. It brings the field goal team out there, and they'll try to get 3 points on this drive.
Poly would like to come away with a touchdown there, but they got to be happy to be in 6-0 position on the number 4 team in the country with the attempt for a field goal.
They have split time between their place kickers. This is Noah Cerna, 4 of 4 on field goals, junior from Riverside, California. And a timeout's going to be called right here by Montana.
Timeout, Montana, their first and a half. 30-second timeout.
Now the Grizz did block an extra point. Jared Ramos had one this year, but this is a field goal attempt, and it'd be a big one to make a 2-score game, and it's been tough for both offenses to generate anything much different from last week in Pocatello for the Grizz.
Last week was
number
just
53 for Cal Poly is now wearing number 33.
Last week was just a heavyweight knockout back and forth offenses. Now it's a slugfest with these 2 types of defenses that are just playing stingy football. But you got to wonder, 2 different kickers for Cal Poly. They're both pretty darn good here, so you think they got to trust him in this situation and not go for it, right here, Trey?
Cerna was their starter last year. 27-yarder from the left hash. And he nails it. 9 plays. 3 points, and Cal Poly will take a halftime lead of 9-0 here on homecoming in Missoula. And the visitors from the Central Coast in California have to be pleased with what they've seen so far.
Could you want more if you're Paul Wolf and the Cal Poly Mustangs to be up against Montana, number 4, 9-0?
Here's Kyle with Coach Wolf.
Yeah, Coach, I mean, first of all, let's start with that last drive, right? Getting points going into halftime. And what'd you like about your offense's ability to score quickly there?
Well, I mean, obviously you're in a 2-minute mode, and so we were just happy to get down there and have an opportunity to score points and try to make this a 2-possession game.
Offensively, what's working for you guys? How have you guys been able to find some success and obviously take this lead?
I mean, we have, but we've also missed a lot of opportunities out there, so we got some things to clean up. We feel like we could move the ball better than we have, so we got work to do. Defensively,
Montana comes in as the top offense in the conference, and you guys have shut them out so far this first half. Your thoughts on that and just your guys' effort on that side of the ball?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy with the way our defense is playing, obviously, right now. You know, we got a big turnover when they were down in the red zone, which was helpful, and, you know, we got to be able to do that.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank you. Good luck the second half. Trey, Jordan, back to you guys.
Thanks, Kyle. Paul Wolf, 28 years at the college level, 12 as a head coach, has to be pleased. And how about this? Last time the Grizz shut out in the first half, 2019 against Oregon. They've got some work to do on that side of the ball.
I did not expect to see this. One of the top offenses, the top offense in the Big Sky Conference, to be shut out in the first half.
Defenses ruled the day. Cal Poly getting a couple big plays for a touchdown, then a field goal before the break. The Montana Chevy halftime report coming up. Homecoming here in Missoula.
Time now for the Scripps Sports Montana Chevy Dealers halftime report.
Welcome to the halftime studio. I'm Megan Robinson.
And I'm Casey Conlon. At the break between number 4 Montana and Cal Poly, and Montana again on upset alert at halftime.
They're a second half team though, Casey. They have proven that time and time again against North Dakota, last week against Idaho State. So can Cal Poly hang on is really the question.
Show us how it started.
Yeah, let's see how it's played out so far.
All right.
Beautiful day on homecoming with Grizz in throwback copper and gold unis. First quarter, Mustangs in the red zone. Ty Diefenbach, first game back in 3 weeks, throws but is picked off by Caleb Otluski. Big play to keep it scoreless. Second quarter, Cal Poly back on offense. Diefenbach this time finds his #1 receiver, Michael Briscoe, for 33 yards down the right sideline. That sets up this play. 2 plays later, Diefenbach hits Brooks Wheatley, breaks a tackle, and he'll score from 26 yards out to make it 6-0 Cal Poly after a failed 2-point conversion. Grizz trying to answer later in the half. Grizz near the red zone. Keali'i Ayat firing for the end zone, but it is picked off by Mason Rivera. Huge momentum swing keeps the Mustangs on top. Cal Poly gets a late field goal to take a 9-0 lead.
Whew. Meanwhile, at rainy Bobcat Stadium, just down I-90, number 5 Montana State looking for win number 5 in a row against Idaho State today. Cats got the ball first, marched right down the field. Justin Lamson to Julius Davis out of the backfield. He crossed the goal line before the ball came out. 7-0 MSU, just like that. Then after an Idaho State 3-and-out, Cats right back in the red zone. Lamson fires to top. No, that's Dane Steele. 14-0 in less than 7 minutes. Looks like this could get out of hand. But Bengals shows some life late in the first. Jordan Cook flushed out to his right, scrambles. Going to look to the back of the end zone for top target. 6'6" Michael Shulikov tiptoes and gets them on the board to make it 14-7. But the Cats just couldn't be stopped in the first half. Adam Jones, monster half. 130 yards on the ground, including 24 right here. Arm tackles aren't going to work. He gets into the end zone. Fourth Cats possession. How about the 4th touchdown? Lamson keeps it on the read option, walks in. 27-14 at that point. They led 34-14 at half. It's 41-14 in the 4th, as MSU looks like they are on their way to win number 6 in a row. Stay with us on the halftime show. Top 15 matchup in the Big Sky still on tap this evening. We're back right after this.
It's homecoming in Missoula, and Cal Poly impressive through one half of play, trying to spring the upset against number 4 Montana. Well, this is a Cal Poly team that has been very impressive, beating Sacramento State this year, and they have played sound defensively and made big plays when they've had to on offense.
They've been stingy, created explosives. Montana's got to shore up the mental errors big time in those inopportune turnovers if they want to put some points on the board.
Well, the numbers offensively, something Bobby Hauck would like to improve on. Not able really to get the passing game going. A costly turnover on an interception. And Cal Poly, they started to find something there in the second quarter.
Doesn't show up there, but that 4th down stop, that turnover was big. The turnover going in, unbelievable job by the Poly Mustangs.
1 half to go. Diefenbach and company up 9. We come back with more from La Grizz. Cal Poly has already beaten Sacramento State, a ranked team looking for another ranked win, 9-0 as we start the third quarter from Washington-Grizzly Stadium. Grizz have been in this scenario before. The win against North Dakota was a big one, and they really clamped things down defensively in the second half.
Not foreign territory. These Montana football teams under Coach Hauck are resilient. They stick with their game plan, and they methodically operate and typically put themselves into position where they have an opportunity to win a football game.
Josue Lopez with the kick. It's going to be returned by Michael Wortham out of the end zone. Sidesteps a man, breaks a tackle across the 20, and Wortham corralled finally at the 23-yard line. Let's go on the field. Here's Kyle.
Yeah, guys, caught up with Montana head coach Bobby Hauck, and very calm with his team trailing at halftime. He said biggest thing was just offensively, they need to capitalize. They've had good field position, but they just aren't quite making those big plays that are leading to points. Defensively, he said he likes what he's seeing. They're playing hard. They're kind of getting where they need to be, but offensively, he said they changed some things there, then they'll be all right. And, of course, they've been a second-half team all year long, having outscored their opponents by a pretty wide margin in the second half, guys.
Well, they've had the flair for the dramatic to win at Idaho State last week. We mentioned the North Dakota game, down 9-0. It's been a defensive battle so far in this one. They'll start with Eli Gilman on first down, and the All-America candidate driving his legs forward across the 30-yard line, a pickup of 7. Gilman, a guy they'd like to get going, at 38 yards rushing first half.
He's your workhorse. Get him going, get that offensive line lathered up, soften up that defensive line for the Cal Poly Mustangs. Has got to be the message from Coach Brent Peace at halftime for his offense.
And again, this team is perfect when he goes over 100 yards on the ground. Peyton watch list guy, 11 career 100-yard games. 2nd down and 3. Finch goes in motion. They'll play fake it this time. Get it on the edge for Davis. Hit hard. It's Davis actually. Yeah, first down across the 35-yard line. DeMel Turner on the tackle. They move the sticks.
Good high percentage throw. Brooks Davis got shooken up there a little bit after the catch. But a good throw by Kaylee Ayat to his playmaker, Brooks Davis, moving the sticks for Montana.
Tyrama first down. Deaver back in now at that receiver slot. First down from the 37-yard line. Ayat, 13 of 23, 89 yards now. Now they'll shift out of a formation and into a single back set. Play fake. Ayat tucks it, and a short gain up to the 40-yard line. Calvin Moore on the tackle. Ayat can affect the game with his legs. We saw it a little bit in the first half.
He can. They're not asking him to run as much as he did in years past because they're trying to get him to grow above the shoulders and work through his progressions and become more of a complete pocket passer or just a thrower of the football. But that's something dangerous about him. He's a big kid, and he can run and burn you with his legs.
Coming off a career best game, 350 yards at Idaho State last week. Different story against a stout Cal Poly defense today. On 2nd and 8. Wortham with the catch on the sideline, and he's out of bounds at the 44. Calvin Moore, who's been busy at that corner spot, gets to him. It's 3rd and 2 from the 45.
You ever had a gnat like flying in front of your face where you're just trying to swat it and you go, where'd it go, where'd it go? I feel like that's what it's like trying to tackle Michael Wortham.
Is he going forward, backward, sideways? And he's a problem. And he's been the one consistent guy week in and week out in terms of coming up with big plays. 4 of 9 on 3rd down. Here's Montana now on a 3rd and 3. Ayat, contact, and incomplete, intended for Deaver. That was Boston Wilson who met him right as the ball got there. Fans don't like it. They'll have to punt it away.
Big stop for the Cal Poly Mustangs. Montana fans, Coach Haug is not happy. Physical contest on the route by the Mustangs. These refs are letting them play. I love it. I'm a defensive guy, though. The offensive guys are not happy. Huge stop for the Mustang defense.
So Ty Morrison, who has pinned them back a couple times, will punt it away. Carson Kuhl looking into the sun, standing at the Mustangs' 12-yard line. End over end kick, angling it towards the corner. Fair catch called for and made against that sun by Kuhl at the 12-yard line. 12:18 to go, just underway, 3rd quarter from homecoming in Missoula. Mustangs in front. Ty Diefenbach, Big Sky Offensive Player of the Week against San Diego, a leg injury. First game back from injury. Bo Kelly had been the starter, and he has delivered on the big stage here against this Montana defense. 220 yards, a touchdown pass, and the 6'6" redshirt freshman from Calabasas. Offense back on the field. They'll start this series from the 12-yard line. Hand off to Holyfield. Wing on the tackle, a pickup of close to 4 there. We have a new system for our Marsh McLennan Agency fan zone this season. Scan the barcode on the bottom left of the screen. Follow the instructions, send in your picture. Sponsored by Marsh McLennan Agency. We'll share some of our favorites later in the game. 2nd and 6. Diefenbach option game, gets it to Holyfield. And he's hit hard by Tolbert and run out of bounds short of the first down near the 20-yard line. Tolbert is the leading tackler. Man, when he hits you hard.
You feel it when Tolbert hits you. He had that massive 4th down stop last week to really get Montana rolling on defense on that 4th down stop. You see him here showing up physically at the point of attack. He's really just their thumper on defense, Trey.
Former first-team Ohio Valley guy from Eastern Illinois. Impact transfer. 3rd down here and a couple for Cal Poly. First series, 2nd half for the Mustangs. Pressure coming. Diefenbach, backside pressure. It's picked off. Kenzel Lawler. Touchdown, Montana. Kellen Dietrich got in there. Lawler picks it off, and the defense steps up 20-yard pick six.
Are you serious? That is complimentary football by the Montana defense. The pass rush getting home, the DBs clamping it down and making the play when the play presents itself to be made. Kenzel Lawler with excellent zone eyes, reading Diefenbach on his drop, jumping the route. Touchdown, Montana.
His first career pick as a Grizz. What a time to get it here in the third quarter. The Morrison extra point makes it a 9-7 game. Both defense has been fantastic, but that could be a game changer right there.
Game changer. I'm a Montana guy. I'm a defensive guy. I love to see good ball by defensive guys, Trey.
How about this play? He's been known for his physicality. Steps up right there for 6.
Johnny on the spot.
The depth of the DB's challenge without Keon Loud, their top cover corner. How about Kenzel Lawler stepping up on this play?
Dietrich with the quarterback hit. Lawler, highly productive. His 7th pass breakup of the year. He has stepped in with Keon Loud down and become that guy at corner that they need to be able to run this defense for the Grizz.
And that's Montana's first pick six since 2023. Jackson Lee did it against Northern Colorado. Braxton Hill also had a 34-yarder in that game. And what a time to get it here with the offense stagnant. And you've been in this situation where the defense can spark you, and they are hoping that carries over here.
I'm a defensive guy. I love low-scoring football and defensive touchdowns and just complimentary football by the Grizz defense. Can Cal Poly and Diefenbach answer back after that momentum swing by Montana?
Return here from Trey Wilson out to the 25. Kyle.
Yeah, guys, I was actually right near Kenzel Lawler when he picked that off here in the northwest corner of the end zone. And as we talked about in our open, just how wild it gets down here. I had the decibel meter with me, 105 on the decibel meter there as the crowd is starting to trickle back in from their halftime adventures, guys.
Okay, is that a jet engine? What is that? What is that, 105?
I think a jet engine's 110.
Okay.
But we got to get people in from the tailgates. Look, guys, I know it's fun. I'd probably be out having a cold one, too, right now if I could. But come on, get in here.
Well, the north end zone crazies have amped it up a little bit more here. From the 25-yard line, Diefenbach, fresh off the interception, hands off to Sanders, and a good run on first down. Up to the 30-yard line, Kenzel Lawler on the tackle. If you're a quarterback now who has had some success, you got to shake that off. Your team's up 9-7, you're on the road. And the Montana defense, they've got to feel a little bit of confidence coming off that play.
It's a momentum type of game, and Montana captured it with that play. Can Diefenbach capture it back for the Cal Poly Mustangs?
Pistol formation. Diefenbach fakes it to Sanders, looking to throw downfield. It's dropped. It was a first down catch, but Garrison couldn't hang on as he put that one in there perfectly.
It's called a layer route right behind Peyton Wing there. I'm not sure if he got his fingertips on it, but that flash of color in the throwing lane for Diefenbach makes it very hard to complete that pass. And now Montana's in a third and medium situation, right where they like to be for this pressure-heavy defense.
That was our opportunity bank replay. Here's a 3rd and 5. Pressure coming. Diefenbach, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Brooks Wheatley. Micah Harper was right with him. It's 4th down.
Montana runs a mix of man and zone. Briscoe was man-to-man on the bottom of the screen with Lawler. At the top, they're in zone, and Micah Harper just jumps the route. He saw that it was an in-cut route. That's one of the reasons why he's one of the best coverage safeties in the entire country.
So Jesse Ehrlich, standing at his 16, will punt it away. Deck back for Montana at his 32. That's a strange sideways kick, and that'll roll out of bounds. It should be good Montana field position. They'll mark it up near the 40-yard line. Kyle Hansen with a special guest.
Yeah, guys, I'm here with UN President Seth Bodner. And Seth, first of all, the student pizza party that you do every single game. So I got to ask about it, how it started, and just is that the part you look forward to most in football games here?
It's a fun tradition we started, about 6 years ago, really. And really what we wanted to do is make sure that the students were coming back at halftime. And, I also wanted to fill their bellies after halftime. And, so give them something to eat, keep them energized for that second half.
Not bad at all. So obviously a lot of celebration going on at the university, really this week, but this season as a whole, with the throwback colors, with the party like it's 1995. Just your thoughts on that and getting a part of being something special like this.
Oh, look, it's great to see the Grizz family reunited here for homecoming. This is such a fantastic university, and it's a great time to be a Grizz. Enrollment's and growing, retention's at the highest rate we've ever seen it, graduation rates at the highest rate we've ever seen it, research, so it's an exciting time here at the university.
As you guys, when you pull this off, right, and you see people, you have the jerseys, you see everybody wearing these, like, do you kind of sit back and just kind of marvel, like, yeah, we did pull this off, like, it is pretty special, and this does mean something to people.
Oh, this is a special place, right? To see these throwback uniforms featured on game day this morning, to see so many people just so passionate about this university. We're very blessed here at the University of Montana.
Absolutely. Well, Seth, thanks so much for your time, and enjoy the rest of the game.
Thanks, Hal. Go Grizz.
Absolutely. Send it back up to Train Jordan, guys.
Thanks, Kyle. Always good to hear from the president, especially on homecoming, and he has to feel a little bit better about the chances of his squad here. Second down, 6. Gilman a catch for 13 yards, then a run. They're getting their All-America candidate involved on this drive. Number 10 will get it again, straight ahead. Driving between the tackles down to the 44, and that sets up a third and manageable from there.
Just surge after surge by the Montana offensive line, getting Eli Gilman involved. Big push by Evan Schaefer at the point of attack. Third and a couple here for Montana. Right where you want to be for the Grizz.
You got Liam Brown, all Big Sky candidate at that left guard spot. Botner, the 7th-year guy at center. Looks like a running down here, 3rd and 2. They'll go option. Ayat on the keeper, breaks a tackle, and he has a first down. Driving down to the Mustangs' 36-yard line. Mason Rivera on the tackle.
Something that this kid does not get known well enough for is his strength. He is 210 pounds. I think he's taller than 6'2". I stood next to him the other day, and he's strong. Watch him drag defenders along. That's Mason Rivera, one of the best players in college football at the FCS level, and he took him for a ride.
Athletic Ayat becoming a student of the game. Big Sky leader in passing efficiency coming in. He's had to do things differently.
Substitution, offense, 12-man in formation, 5-yard penalty, first down.
They've had that happen 3 times, I think, today. Is that right? 12 on the field?
Yes, 3 times they've had it. That's their 5th pre-snap penalty. Very uncommon for a Coach Houck team. Mental errors are unacceptable for a Coach Houck team, and they've had many today.
That puts them in a 1st and 15 scenario. Deck will go in motion. They'll fake the toss to Gilman. Now throw to Gilman out of the backfield. D'Amato, the guy to beat, and he can't beat him. Great tackle right there by the Mike linebacker, limiting Gilman on that one to a gain of close to 5 yards.
I've been in that position that Mikey D'Amato is just in, and it's not a friendly one. What an elite play by him, getting one of the best players in the country down one-on-one in the open field. Strong tackle.
You're watching Scripps Sports Saturday Showdown. Scripps Sports, the official broadcast partner of the Big Sky Conference. 2nd and 11 after that Gilman catch. Ayat setting up the screen to Wortham. Wortham makes a man miss. Wortham to the 30. Wortham close to a first down. Yards after catch. Rivera on the tackle. Looks like he's a yard shy of moving the sticks.
He's so patient, Trey. His vision and ability to pick his way and find air and yardage and continue to move the ball towards the goal line is incredible.
The FCS leader in all-purpose yardage. It has been Wortham in the receiving game today. On 3rd and short, that will move the sticks. They go straight ahead. Nothing fancy. Ayat inside the 25-yard line, first down.
This is something that Montana did not do in the first half well enough, with sustained drives, move the sticks on 3rd down, and continue to get plays that continued to move the ball down the field. This is a long, sustained drive.
7 plays, 37 yards. Almost 4 minutes off the clock. First down at the Mustangs' 25-yard line. End around, and it's not free, it's loose, and it's picked up by Bobby Pyland. Pyland racing down the sideline, and the Mustangs get a big turnover. Knocked out of the hands of LaKeldrick Bridges as they tried to go on the end around, and a flag comes in late after that return.
Cal Poly taking the momentum back with a huge turnover. Bridges has had a history of this, catching the ball, fumbling the ball, and at the worst time that you could possibly do it, a turnover when Montana's in scoring position. Great job by the Cal Poly defense.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, recovering team number 10. 15 yards from the end of the play, first down, Cal Poly.
That's on Victory Johnson, and that is costly. That'll back him up. But here's Pyland, a guy that attended Utah for 2 years, did not play for the Utes, coming up with a big defensive play.
Just at a perfect time, Trey, for this Cal Poly team where Montana had captured the momentum. They were going in to score. They just converted on third down, and they said, not so fast. Now with the ball at midfield and in position to put some more points on the board for the Cal Poly Mustangs.
From the 47 now after they marched off that personal foul penalty. Handoff to Trey Wilson, and a yard, and that's about it, down to the 46-yard line. Clay Oven on the tackle.
So right there, they went formation into the boundary, got man-to-man up top, and Montana went zone, so then they switched to a run play. Diefenbach operating calmly at the helm.
Moving quickly now, tempo as he goes to the sideline, and going low to get it, Logan Boer, down to the 41, sets up a third down, and about 4 yards to go. Boer's had a big game, his fourth catch. Tricks right. Grizz showing blitz, they're coming. Diefenbach rolling left, throws on the run downfield, and incomplete. Thought he had his man, and not able to come up with it was Boer. Down the sidelines, Prince Ford on the coverage.
Prince Ford does a fantastic job doing what's called plastering to your man late in coverage and staying with his coverage. The pressure from the Montana defense gets Diefenbach out of the pocket, and Prince Ford just sticking with him long enough to force a high throw over the top and a turnover on downs for the Poly offense.
Here's a look at Deck inside the 10, awaiting this punt from Jesse Ehrlich. Gets it away from midfield, end over end. Deck's gonna let it hit, it's caught inside the 5. Good defensive play there, special teams wise. Getting down there for the Mustangs, Ethan Torres. Montana has it inside their 5 when we come back.
Today's game is sponsored by the University of Montana. Build your skills the Montana way. Town Pump. Pump it up. Stockman Bank. Montana's brand of banking. Your Montana Chevy dealers. And Montana State University. Mountains and Mines.
Introduced in 1983, Otto the Slobbering Bear, Montana's mascot for nearly a decade, emblazoned on midcourt of the basketball arena. Previous to Otto, Montana had live bear cubs as the mascots, one of which escaped in 1938, never captured. Otto retired in 1991, replaced by Monty. And representing that 95 national championship team in the copper and gold, Montana starting near their own goal line after that punt. And they'll keep it on the ground here. Up to the 7-yard line. Eli Gilman starting to get some touches. 12 carries now in the game. That was a Rocker getting the carry that time. And there's a look at the Slobbering Bear. And the kids love that logo.
Yeah, some would say, though, that Monty was the cub that got away, Trey. So I don't know. Otto the Slobbering Bear, his long-lost son, Monty.
I think your young son needs Otto the Slobbering Bear something from the bookstore as they go to the air here, and there's a catch made by Wortham. That's enough to move the chains up to the 15. Darren Barkins on the tackle.
Well, Montana got out of dodge here, being pushed up against their goal line and moving the sticks to get some breathing room. Can they sustain a drive and score, something they have not done all day long?
Gilman, 53 on the ground. Wortham, 54 receiving in this one. The two stars. It hasn't been easy, but they have stepped up. They'll give it to Rocker here straight ahead. And he shut down at the line of scrimmage a half yard. And that's about it. Ethan Calvert coming in and making that play.
Something that Cal Poly's doing to the Montana offense, it's called a bear front, a 5 down front. That's something that they had issues with against Idaho State. It's a copycat league in football, so you're seeing a lot of 4 and 5 down looks by Cal Poly, and right now, here it is once again.
2nd and 10. Rocker still in the backfield. Ayat is pressured. He evades the pressure. Now trying to tuck it, and he's sacked back at the 11-yard line. And that was Bobby Pyland, the guy that made the big defensive play on the previous series. He picks up the sack.
Lockdown coverage by the secondary of the Cal Poly Mustangs, making Kale Ayat take his eyes off of his progressions. You see 1, 2, 3 in his 4th progression, nowhere to go with the ball, staying with coverage. Great job. You can see Rivera. Wortham falls down, his go-to man. 3rd and long for Montana.
They'll go trips to the bottom of the screen here on 3rd and 14. Ayat has some time. Over the middle, catches made in space to roam. Rocker Jr. has a first down across the 40, and he runs out of bounds. Ran out of real estate. A big 3rd and 14 conversion for Montana, 35 yards.
When the game's on the line, this kid just continues to impress me more and more because the game is on the line there. Nothing initially, working through his progressions and hitting his running back. That is his last read.
Natural receiver. That's his 11th catch of the season. They'll go play action. Deck gets the catch on the sideline. Deck up the middle. That sprinter speed. And he's close to a first down. Boston Wilson on the tackle. Deck like Wortham. Quick first step. He gets going. He's tough to bring down.
Those little guys in space are so hard to get down. Blocking on the perimeter there. Moving.
And they're going to go tempo here on 2nd down and 1. They'll hand it off to Rocker, trying to get to the edge. Rocker bounces to the outside and has a first down. A long run ends up being a 3-yard carry to Mel Turner, the free safety on the stop.
Just Mr. Smooth, Stevie Rocker. He just looks smooth out there running the ball. Fluid athlete. Great catcher of the ball. You see him running it there, moving the sticks. One of the many weapons of the Montana offense.
Montana looking for their first touchdown offensively in this one. There's a catch by Wortham, and he's down at the 29-yard line. They've held him pretty much in check in terms of not getting the big play. C.J. Solis Lamar, the freshman, on the tackle. Still 9 catches for Wortham, and they've needed them all.
Every single one of them. And when is he going to break the big one? When is it going to be?
On 2nd and 4, Rocker trying to navigate the middle, nothing there. A Cal Poly player, Johnson, lost his helmet, and he dove into the pile despite not having the headgear. I know that's the way you used to play out there. Great effort from number 10.
Yeah, probably not the smartest decision, but I guess you know a football player when you see one. To tape me up, I'll be back out there. Got a bloody nose, but I'll be back out there, Coach.
He has to sit for a play because of losing the helmet. It's 3rd and 4.
That's ID coverage. Cal Poly's in man-to-man.
And we've got some movement up front. Now, was this Pamphilov, the left tackle, or was Cal Poly across the line?
False start. Offense number 69. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
That's on the senior from Roy, Utah. They'll back him up.
A lot of mental errors and pre-snap penalties for the Montana Grizzlies today. Take a look on the bottom, a little flinch there by Cannon Pamphilov, just enough to get a false start.
Now Johnson's going to have to come off the field here. And they'll bring JT Houston in at the rush end spot.
With the penalty, it does not count as a play off because his helmet came off, so they have to wait for a play to go through the entire down until he can come back in the game.
Now 3rd and 9 after the penalty from the 34. Ayat in the pocket to the sideline. And that's Davis very close to the first down. Let's see where they mark it. Right at the 25. And they'll move the sticks.
What a sweet throw by Ayat. The kid's really starting to get into a rhythm right now. He knew that he had Brooks Davis in man-to-man. Mason Rivera's pressuring, adding to his coverage, and dotting him up.
Now, Jordan, they moved the sticks, thinking it was a first down on the far side, but they have marked this short.
Whirling on the field, short of the line to gain. Fourth down, reset the chains.
Fans don't like it. The chain gang got confused there. It is fourth down.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that happen before.
Game clock to 10 seconds.
Really changes
It'll start on my signal.
what you're going to do from an offensive perspective here.
Thank you.
And they should reset the play clock.
Game clock's at 10 here late in the third quarter. Now they'll start the clock. Let's see if Montana wants to snap the ball before the quarter ends. They're not going to. So 1 quarter to go. Fourth down and short coming up.
The third quarter.
It has been a dogfight. Homecoming at Washington-Grizzly Stadium. Mustangs and Grizzlies, a 9-7 game. Important Big Sky Conference matchup. Montana with football when we come back. Montana trying to keep the record perfect as we start the fourth quarter on 4th and half a yard. Quarterback keeper Ayat, and it looks like it's good enough for the first down. He needed to get the football to the 25 and just enough to move the sticks. It has been a defensive battle. Kenzel Lawyer had the big pick six, but how about the defense flipping the script against that Cal Poly offense who was so good first half?
They doubled Montana up in yards gained, and Montana clamps down in 19 total yards for the Cal Poly offense in this second half.
Bobby Houck's team has left some points on the board, an interception in the end zone. They turned it over on downs in the red zone. Now they've got it at the Cal Poly 25-yard line. Wildcat, Wortham on the keeper, not much there. He played that well. Demel Turner, the free safety, shuts him down, 1-yard pickup. Jeremiah Bernard has been big, the free safety as well. Their DBs have been active.
Their DBs have been all over the field in the pass game, run game, also in blitzing situations with Mason Rivera. Those guys have stepped up to the tall task of defending this top conference team.
Rocker Jr., the running back. Ayat looking to throw it. Pressure coming. He delivers. Rocker can't come up with it. He got his fingertips on it near the 5-yard line. Ayat takes a hit as he delivered the football.
Just a touch too far by Kaylee Ayat. You can't ask any more from these two, but just a touch, just a hair off right here.
Read it pretty well. And sometimes it's a game of inches. And now it's 3rd down and 9. Empty set here from the 24-yard line. Gale's the tight end. Wortham is in a slot, bottom of the screen. Ayat looking that way. He wants Wortham in the end zone. Touchdown. A flag comes in late. Wortham with a big catch. Will it stand?
It was only a matter of time. How long can you bottle this kid up? Will it stand? That is the question.
24 yards if it does. It'd be their first offensive touchdown.
Result of the play is a touchdown. Personal foul, face mask, defense number 9. That 15-yard penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
What a big-time delivery to put Montana in front. Ayat on the money.
Bringing 6, man-to-man on the outside, and Kaylee Ayat finding his man and Michael Wortham for the touchdown, for the first offensive touchdown today for the Montana Grizzlies.
And Morrison's extra point makes it 14-7. 14 plays, 96 yards to grab the lead here. And the superstar steps up again.
Can Cal Poly answer back after the break?
Today's game is sponsored by the University of Montana. Build your skills the Montana way. Town Pump. Pump it up. Stockman Bank. Montana's brand of banking. Your Montana Chevy dealers. And Montana State University. Mountains and Mines.
Last time the Grizz wore the copper jerseys for the entire season, 95 when they won their first national title. Quarterback Dave Dickinson, the Walter Payton Award winner, on the way to a 13-2 record. Perfect 8-0 in the Big Sky. A 22-20 win over Marshall. National championship head coach Don Reed. And this Montana team this year trying to stay perfect. They've had some of that magic. This has not been easy today against a good Cal Poly team. Now a squib kick after the personal foul penalty by Morrison. And it's fielded by one of the upbacks, that's Aaron Okoro, and the Mustangs will have it at the 30-yard line. And now a message from Whitefish Credit Union.
Montana's largest credit union offers Montanans the best way to save. Whitefish Credit Union certificates are available now.
Well, this is your kind of game. You talked about it, defensive-minded toughness on that side, and this could come down to the final play here. Still a full quarter to go. 5-point lead for Montana.
Can Cal Poly answer back? Michael Briscoe's been quiet. Do they get him involved here late in this ball game?
5 receivers set for Diefenbach. Blitz from Wing. He's hit as he delivers. It's incomplete. And Wing tattooed him right there, coming in hot from his linebacker spot.
Shot out of a cannon. Peyton Wing with the pressure in the quarterback hit on Diefenbach. Left side of your screen. 6-man pressure, man-to-man coverage for the Montana Grizz. Big win on first down.
He brought life to the team in that second half with improved defensive effort against Idaho State. 2nd and 10 now. They'll run it straight ahead between the tackles with Holyfield, who got clobbered in there. Pickup of a couple. That's a tough way to get a couple yards.
Peyton Wing is playing with reckless abandon right now. Absolutely stoning Holyfield for a 5-yard gain. The Buck Buchanan candidate, not winner, candidate. Can he show up big with another turnover? He has 2 picks on the season.
He's the play caller, always plays fast. Big 3rd and long here for Cal Poly. No snap to Diefenbach, setting up in the pocket, over the middle, it's deflected, picked off! Prince Ford's got it! Grizzlies get the football back, flags come in after the play.
You know what they say, tips and overthrows, you gotta get those, and Prince Ford playing with great coverage and great eyes, coming up with the turnover for the Montana defense. The flags came in after. Was it before, or will the interception stand?
That was Briscoe, the intended target. 3 penalty flags near midfield.
After the interception, personal foul, blindside block, return team number 2, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So back in my day when I played, you used to hunt these guys up and look to clean their clock, and now you can't do that. Micah Harper gets, hit on a peel back block here, trying to get his guy Prince Ford in on Briscoe. Just a physical ball game out there. Both defenses playing at a high level.
That has to feel good as a defender to go on the offensive, but that's a big turnover right there. That's the 3rd pick of the season for Diefenbach, and the Grizz, after the penalty, now start at the 33-yard line. Gilman in the backfield. He'll get the carry. Gilman trying to get to the outside, tripped up. Good defensive play right there. That was the star linebacker, Mikey D'Amato.
Mikey D'Amato, that kid is all over the darn field today, making plays left and right. 11 tackles today. And I tell you, the interesting thing, though, is he's had 2 one-on-one in the open field against Eli Gilman, and he's clamped him down. Hard to do.
Third in the conference in tackles coming in. Second down, 10. No gain for Gilman. Ayat setting up the screen. Rucker. And he's run out of bounds at the 39. Mason Rivera, the tackle. Rocker's been a big piece to the second half in the receiving game.
Rocker's so good, so multiple, so smooth catching the ball. These offensive linemen, Dylan Botner, out in front in the screen game, getting blocks for their guy down the field, getting Montana into a third and manageable. Man, Stevie Rocker's really stepped up today for the Montana offense.
See the bigs up front, Pavlov, Brown, Botner, Matten, and Johnson left to right. Third down, 4. Ball resting at the 39-yard line. Bunch formation here for the Grizz. Ayat has some time, downfield with it, and Wortham can't come up with it. Overshoots him near the Mustangs 35 to Mel Turner, the free safety on coverage.
A lot of traffic there, inside crossing routes by Montana. The Poly defense does a great job sorting in a zone pressure situation. That's bringing 5 on pressure and dropping out 3 under 3 deep and sorting all the eligibles getting off the field for the Cal Poly Mustangs.
This is Ty Morrison's 6th punt. The senior will punt it to Kuhl, who stands back at the Mustangs' 18-yard line. A good one. Fair catch called for by Carson Kuhl, and he makes it at the 21-yard line. Cal Poly has the football back. 11:27 to go. This has been a defensive slugfest, a good one from Missoula. Thanks for sending your picture into the Marsh McLennan Agency Fan Zone. Here are a few of our favorites from today. Keep them coming. Homecoming at Washington-Grizzly Stadium. The fans watching across the country. Some of the best in college football. And this is a game that could come down to the wire. 11:27 to go. 14-9. Grizz in front of Cal Poly. After the punt, new quarterback, Bo Kelly in for Ty Diefenbach. He started the last 2 prior to this one. Kelly to the air, and it's incomplete. In and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Michael Otterstedt. Here's what he did last week. He's a junior from Dana Point, California. Kind of a cerebral guy, not as big at 6 foot at QB.
Coach Tim Rosenbaugh really likes him. This kid was 4th string going into training camp, and he battled and got his way into starting position, and now he's in a battle with Diefenbach. And now, can he do it? Can he get the spark going for the Poly Mustangs?
Played well against UC Davis in the 34-27 loss. He's completed 55% of his passes. Blitz is on, delivers downfield, and incomplete. Wanted Jordan Garrison, and he had to deliver that one under duress. Kyle's got a report for us.
Yeah, guys, Ty Diefenbach is down here watching on the sideline, but on that last offensive possession for Montana, defensive for Cal Poly, Bo Kelly started warming up, and as you see, he's out there right now. Had a couple of huge games in conference play for Cal Poly so far, and now they're leaning on him to win the game.
This is a guy that had interest from UC Davis and NAU out of high school. Played a lot of snaps. Tough spot here, though, 3rd and 10. Pressure up the gut, sets in, fires over the middle, incomplete. Tried to get it to Brooks Wheatley to no avail, 4th down.
Man, if Wheatley comes a little bit flatter on that route, Kelly would have hit him in stride. He got behind the Montana defense. That was a fantastic throw by Kelly. The wideouts just got to come flatter. You would think that he's going to get coached up on the sideline for that one.
How about the Montana defense? Diefenbach 1 out of 9. They have turned the table so many times, making adjustments at halftime. They have done it. They have flipped the script in this one with their D, and they should get good field position here after the punt from Ehrlich. Deck from the 30. Drew Deck, convoy to his right. 45, and up to midfield. Good field position for Montana. 20-yard return. Let's take a look now at the Williams Heating and Plumbing poll results. Visit the Question since the NCAA started recognizing sacks as an official stat in 2000, which of these players had the most in a single season? How about the guy on the left, Jared Allen? We're going to watch for the official results on that one. Big return there from Drew Deck, Jordan, set to set him up at midfield.
The field position that you want as an offense late in the, I guess, halfway through the fourth quarter here. Can Montana sustain another drive and put points on the board, or is Cal Poly going to shut him down once again?
Gilman navigating the middle, and he has a first down inside the 40. 11-yard pickup. That's what you want to do, is lean on your All-American. Josh Nalawafe, the senior nose tackle, on the stop.
Eli Gilman picking his way through the line, shoulders square. So nimble, so talented, so smooth. First down, Montana.
That's 13 carries now for Gilman. 10.5 minutes to go in this one. Cal Poly showing blitz. Now they back off of it as Ayat looks to the sideline. Pitch to Gilman. Gilman to the 30. Gilman inside the 20. Rivera on the tackle. It looked like Ayat went the wrong way, but got it to Gilman in the right spot.
There was a pressure on the right interior that got picked up by Kali'i Ayat, and they switched to a toss play, a flip play to the left. Kali'i might have opened the wrong way, but he got his man the football.
It'll still look good in the stat sheet. 21-yard pickup, and now they're in the AVA Law Group red zone. Gilman again. Gilman to the 10. Touchdown, Montana.
Well, Trey, it was just a matter of time before Eli Gilman got humming. It just took them a little bit of time in the offensive line and Eli Gilman to settle into that run game. Something that didn't happen in the first half. 2 offensive scores now for the Grizzlies. And man, did he shake Mason Rivera on that one. Something that Mason did well in the first half. Not so good right there. Eli Gilman making him miss in a phone booth.
And like all the good backs, he gets better as the game goes on. That's his 10th rushing touchdown. The Peyton watch list guy as Morrison adds the extra point. They've leaned on the run game, and it has worked for him here in the second half.
You want to take control of a game, you've got to have a run game that's sustained, but can Poly answer back right after this break?
They're enjoying homecoming here in Missoula, 21-9. Number 4 Montana in front. They've outscored Cal Poly 21-0 in the second half, completely dominating on defense. And then Eli Gilman, that is a good sign when he gets over 100.
For the Montana Grizzlies, it's a great sign. For the Cal Poly Mustangs, it's not. Obviously, they're undefeated when he goes over 100 yards, but you see why when he settles in, it allows you to take control of a game from a time of possession standpoint, and just overall the ability to control the clock and the tempo of the football game.
It's 12 career 100-yard games for the junior Gilman from Dassel, Minnesota, as Ty Morrison will kick it away from the 35. Still 9:35 to go. That one will find the end zone and a touchback. Today's Red Zone Recap brought to you by the AVA Law Group. First half wasn't anything special for Montana. A big pick six was the story in this second half, but red zone wise, one trip for the Grizz and they cashed in.
One trip when you're inside the red zone. Nice big run there by Eli Gilman, but that defensive touchdown, you hit the nail on the head, Trey, really jump-started this team in the second half.
Bo Kelly, his second series, ineffective in relief of Ty Diefenbach. Back out there, throws into the flat, incomplete. Wanted a Holyfield Jr. wing on coverage there, 2nd and 10.
Whirling on the field's an incomplete pass.
Boy, they are really searching right now. They had some success in the first half, but they have They're in neutral right now offensively.
Can they get Briscoe involved? Can they get Brewer involved? Can Kelly get these guys the ball? Because they have been limited to no explosives in the second half.
Doesn't get easier as you see next week against Montana State on 2nd and 10. Kelly to the sideline. Holyfield the catch. Oven was there first, and then they gang tackle him right near the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 coming up, and right now Montana flying around, especially those linebackers.
Montana's playing a cloud coverage on Briscoe. That's a corner in the flat and a safety over the top, forcing the check down for Kelly to throw it to his running back. And now it's a 3rd and long. Montana's going to pin their ears back and send pressure.
First completed pass since 5 minutes plus 3rd quarter. They have really struggled. Tough spot here, 3rd and long. They're coming. Manafa is after the quarterback, and Kelly nowhere to go with it and throws it away.
Quarterback was out of the pocket. The quarterback was out of the pocket. The ball reached the line of scrimmage. The pass is legal. 4th down.
Legal but incomplete, and Bobby Houck's team's going to get the football back.
Big stop by the Montana defense, making Cal Poly go 3 and out. Man, Cal Poly's just really struggled getting anything going on offense here in this second half. 276 yards in the first half, and just a touch over 20 here in the second half.
Boy, great coaches find ways to make adjustments, and those were obviously made at halftime by Bobby Houck and the Grizz. Here's Wortham on the punt return, and good coverage from Cal Poly as he's knocked down at the 25-yard line. Braden Breedlove was down there. 48-yard punt, and the Grizz get the football back. Eli Gilman was not a big factor last week at Idaho State. He has been, especially second half after a slow start. And Monty Gilman, his brother, even got involved in the offense.
Both Gilman showing up today and playing some good ball, but Eli Gilman, Coach Pease, staying committed to the running game and getting the offensive line and Eli Gilman rocking and rolling on the ground to take control of this football game.
We talked about how good this offense is. They can come at you from a lot of ways as Gale drops that, the tight end. Covered by Mason Rivera. Wortham was the story at Idaho State. This week, Gilman and the defense. And I think that's a sign of a championship caliber team finding different ways to get it done. They've won games in a lot of different ways here through 6 weeks.
Who's got the hot hand? Who's going to make the play? You got to kind of pick your poison as a defense to shut these guys down. And Montana's so multiple and malleable to find a way to get their playmakers the ball.
Play action, Ayat. Gilman out of the backfield. He hurdles a man and has a first down to the 37. Climbing the ladder, picks up 12.
He's just such a tremendous athlete. Catching the ball in space, jumping over guys, moving the sticks for the Grizz once again.
Burning some clock now. Ayat will throw it on the edge to Brooks Davis, and he's out of bounds. Flag is thrown here. This might be Davis grabbing the face mask of Solis Lamar over there on the sideline.
I think you're right, Trey. They might get him on an offensive face mask on Brooks Davis. Just a physical play by both guys competing. Both defenses, really, for that matter, all day today.
Personal foul, face mask, offense number 2. 15-yard penalty, first down.
It's actually Brooks Davis, number 3, but a penalty that'll back him up.
Now that's a pretty big penalty. That's significant. Okay, it's 21-9 right now. This team has the capability to make explosive plays. We saw a 3- and 4-play drive by Cal Poly early in the first half that went for scores. There's still enough time here if they can get this stop to make things interesting in this football game.
Yep, and they have all 3 timeouts remaining. So now it's first down back at the 25. And nothing doing on the ground there for Wortham as Victory Johnson shuts that one down. This is a good-looking athlete, sophomore from San Diego. Top 100 high school recruit out of California, an all-state rugby player.
6'4", 250 pounds, can play in space, can tackle a guy like Michael Wortham like that in space. You don't see that a lot with those big guys. Cody Van Oppen says when he goes, we go. And you can see he's an elite pass rusher. He can drop into coverage. Look for him maybe to be a potential NFL prospect in years to come.
2nd and 21. Quarterback calls his number, Ayat. Safe play for decent yardage up to the 31-yard line, 6 yards. It's still going to set up a 3rd and long. Kenny Olson on the tackle. Of course, Cal Poly, great student athletes there, great academic institution, and they recruit heavily in California. Why would you not? A lot of talent in that state.
Right in your backyard. You don't need to go too far to find talent in California. Again, though, Cal Poly is a very tough academic school to get into, presenting another challenge for Coach Wolf to get the right personnel in there who qualifies.
3rd and 16, 6.5 minutes to go. Ayat, pressure is coming, evades it, steps up, fires downfield, man open, it's caught for the 1st down. Hauled in by Davis, and there's Ayat's ability to make something happen on the fly. 22-yard pickup.
Kaylee's footwork in the pocket was exceptional, evading the rush, stepping up in the pocket, spilling out over the top, all the while keeping his eyes downfield and putting it on the money for Brooks Davis to convert on 3rd down.
Demel Turner thought he had him in the backfield. Here's Rocker straight ahead, and Stevie Rocker a good gain down to the 41. And what that does is that keeps that clock moving. Under 6 minutes now to go.
Time of possession is critical, especially in a game like this where points are few and far between, which hasn't been the case, obviously, with Montana on the last couple of scores. But man, Stevie Rocker's involved, Gilman's involved, Ayat's involved, Davis is involved. Wortham got a score earlier, but all cylinders are firing for the Montana Grizzlies here on offense in the 2nd half.
5:30 to go, the clock ticking. It was 9-0 at halftime. Cal Poly, different story 2nd half. Here's Rocker off the left side, has a 1st down, and he's inside the 35-yard line. D'Amato with another tackle.
He just sidestepped Boston Wilson there. He's such a, I'll say it again, he's such a smooth athlete. Really subtle moves, but can make you miss. Big, strong running back.
A couple catches for 47 yards for Rocker. He's toted it 9 times in this one, as we're under 5 minutes to go. And the adjustments at halftime, this did not look good at the break for the Grizz. Cal Poly did what they wanted to do offensively. Their defense was stout, shut down Montana. They've completely flipped the script here in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Gilman for a couple yards, Rivera on the tackle. Now a message from Whitefish Credit Union.
Montana's largest credit union offers Montanans the best way to save. Whitefish Credit Union certificates are available now.
The Montana player down here after that run. It's Everett Johnson, the right tackle, who is a game captain for this one. He's been one of the most consistent guys up front.
Yeah, talking to Brent Peace about him, he's really the leader of that room, the Cal transfer, Turlock, California. Everett played a lot of football. Really just a smart player, helps them in their protections. You really just hope he's okay.
And you know, those guys don't get a lot of credit, but as an impressive group. Johnson, 6'7", 290 senior from Turlock, California. 2nd year with the Grizz, 1st year starter. We mentioned Liam Brown, 34 career starts. Pamphilov, 20 career starts on the left side, and good to see number 62 up. Colin Amick is going to come in at the tackle spot for Everett Johnson.
Yeah, Amick from Sammamish, Washington. The coaches are high on him. He had a good fall camp playing behind a really talented Everett Johnson. Gets his opportunity here late in this football game for the Grizz.
Now the clock running, and if you're Coach Houck, your team is not in a hurry here as we near the 4-minute mark. 2nd and 8. Split backs, Gilman and Rocker. Keeping it, Ayat. Looks like he might have been horse collared there, but nothing doing, maybe a yard down to the 30-yard line. There's Mikey D'Amato again. I mean, D'Amato, you played linebacker. This guy is in on everything from that Mike spot.
He's been all over the field today. You can tell he's a smart football player because he's in position and he makes tackles when he has the opportunity to make them. Typically when guys miss tackles, it's because they're not aligned properly, but not this guy. This guy has answered the bell time and again against Wortham, against Gilman, 2 of the top FCS players in the entire country.
He had 19 tackles in their win against Sac State. Double-digit tackles today, 3rd and 7. Rocker straight ahead. Rocker trying to bounce it to the outside, and he's close to a first down. He needed the 23. Let's see where they mark it here. It will be good enough. First down, Montana.
Boy, he's just so smooth and so patient. And man, when that thing opens up, he just hits the gas. His vision to the left side of his play, the right side of your screen, to just continue to advance the ball toward the goal line.
We talk so much about Gilman. What a great second guy to have. And Rocker gives him a little bit of a change-up at that spot.
It really is. Stevie's smooth. Eli's fast and twitchy and explosive. Both really good with the ball in their hands.
From the 23, Rocker again. And inside the 20-yard line as D'Amato gets another tackle. And now with 2:39 to go, timeout.
Timeout. Cal Poly, their first of the half. 30-second timeout.
Now, if you're the Grizz here, you have had a couple times where you've turned it over. That's the last thing you want here with the clock in your favor and up 12.
They've been in scoring position 3 separate times and coming away with 0 scores early in the football game and coming out at half. Points are critical in this juncture of the ball game because, yes, there's 2:39 left. That's not a large spread for an explosive offense in Cal Poly, so you must get points on the board here if you're Montana.
They burned off 6 minutes on this drive so far. Trying to keep their record perfect and get the victory at homecoming here, donning the copper and gold, honoring the '95 national championship team. 2nd and 6, Gilman between the tackles for a couple yards. No reason to risk anything on the outside or anything like that. There's a timeout.
Charge timeout of the half. Cal Poly, 30-second timeout.
No doubt. Why would you do something that's going to put you in a position to where Cal Poly can make it easier on themselves to score? High percentage throws, if you got to have it, keep it on the ground and run it. Control the clock. You got a good kicker in Ty Morrison and just get points on the boards. That's what's critical.
And in this case, you've got 3rd and short. You'd like to see them burn their final timeout from a Montana perspective, even if you don't get the first down here.
It's all a possession type game. And when you can just continue to chew at the clock and chip at the clock and get the team who is down to burn those timeouts, it makes it really hard for them to score. It makes it really hard for the offensive coordinators to pick what they're going to call to get in position to score.
3rd and 3. Straight ahead. Rocker. Second effort might have gotten him the first down, and that could essentially ice it. Now Cal Poly says the ball is out. No official indication yet. They have Montana keeps the football here. Cal Poly wishful thinking as Rocker got it near the first down marker. Here it is.
Second effort. That's sometimes when these balls end up coming out and it looks like he was down. Stevie's spinning on a second effort there to move the sticks, and that might be enough for the Montana Grizzlies to run this one out.
That's a 2-minute timeout. Timeout on the field.
2 minutes to go. Number 4, Montana. It has not been easy. Dominant second half, trying to close this one out. Here's the Whitefish Credit Union player of the game, and collectively the Montana defense gets the honor. Fantastic in the second half.
Creating turnovers, 3 of them to be exact, and 1 score with the pick 6 that really changed the momentum of this entire football game and got the offense jump-started.
And that is the Whitefish Credit Union player of the game, the team defense, as they run the football here with Gilman, and that puts the capper on this one. Eli, his second rushing touchdown, 13 yards out, and that caps off a 14-play drive to put this one on ice.
Second 14-play drive of the ball game for the Montana offense. 2 very long, sustained drives, and we're sitting up here talking, what's the difference? What's the adjustment difference? It's sustaining drives, not having mental errors, and creating explosive when you have the opportunity to have them here in the second half. And Eli Gilman just puts the icing on the cake for the Montana Grizzlies.
Top 5 in rushing yardage in school history. 12 career 100 games. That's 11 rushing touchdowns this season as Morrison in for the extra point. And I don't know if you can dominate a half more than Montana has done here. I mean,
276 yards allowed in the first half, 22 allowed in the second half. Complete night and day. Really, it comes down to Montana nailing down their assignments on defense and limiting the number of explosives, which was 0 by the Cal Poly offense. And there were so many in that first half that they hit the Montana defense on.
28-0 in the second half. So adjustments, it's coaching is so important, and that the kids buying into, look, that's not the team we were in the first half. What is it? What's the magic elixir there to get the team to completely flip the script?
It's going to sound like coach speak, Trey, but it's just nailing down your details and making the plays when the opportunity to make a play presents itself. There were many plays in the first half that Montana had the opportunity to create an explosive or to get a turnover or get off the field, and they just didn't get it done. The second half, they didn't have as many pre-snap penalties. They played cleaner football, and they had explosives after explosive after explosive.
And winning this one going away, 21 fourth quarter points. Morrison's kick. And it's bobbled in the end zone by Trey Wilson. Now he brings it out, and he's down at the 8-yard line.
Montana special teams are geeked up right now, having a lot of fun. You see a smile on Coach Hauk's face right now. That's his baby. Montana's outscoring their opponents 142-58 in the second half. 28-0 today.
They trailed them 4 of their 6 victories. Are they developing that reputation? You can look at it a couple different ways. They have a flair for the dramatics, and sometimes that's not what you want, but finishers. They have been able to finish games when the game's on the line.
You drink that start fast juice, that just have a cup of coffee, man. Get going.
Here's Kendrick Sanders on the carry. Big gainer for Cal Poly. Sanders into the open field and finally tackled at the 47-yard line. Pick up a 37. Well, tough schedule. We saw it earlier after that tackle by Cade Cutler. This Cal Poly team gets Montana State next. They had Sac State and UC Davis prior to this one. What a tough stretch for this program. They have to feel good about their upside, and they looked really good in the first half.
Capable is the word that just keeps coming back up, and Coach Paul Wolf said it. He said, we can beat anybody, but we have to do it. We have to sustain it, and that's something that has been their Achilles heel all year long. They can do it, but they just have not been able to get it done.
Here's Ramos in on the tackle there. By the way, Diefenbach is back in at quarterback after that Sanders carry as Holyfield checks back in at running back with a minute to go in this one. And they've had a number of injuries they've had to endure, and not just the quarterback situation, other players as well at the skill spots. It's been tough this year for Paul Wolf and company.
Anytime you lose impact players on offense or defense, it really just changes the ability of what you can call to get your playmakers the ball, because if you have multiple threats on offense or defense and you can just nail down on 1 or 2 of them, it changes the dynamic of how everything goes on an offense or defensive standpoint.
Coach Wolf took over for Bull Baldwin after Baldwin's 3 years as head coach. Baldwin had that great success at Eastern Washington, as did Coach Wolf, getting his team into the NCAA playoffs in his time there and starting to build something. He's got great weather and good facilities and a promising future there on the Central Coast, but they ran into a buzzsaw here second half. Diefenbach over the middle, and it's intercepted. The Grizz get it back, and it's Gino Leonard.
The local product from Sentinel High School, Gino Leonard, who's put his dues in here to get on the field for the Grizz, comes up big at the end of the game with the interception to seal it, and for Montana to get in victory formation.
Missoula kid on homecoming, you gotta love that, huh?
Yeah, he lost last night, his Sentinel Spartans to the Big Sky Eagles, but that's got to feel good on that sting a little bit. Huge play by him late in the game. You like to see guys who fight and who are battlers come up and have success for a program that they deeply care about.
Grandpa Gene, 62-63 with the Grizz, and this is going to feel good for Montana fans. They're going to get a homecoming victory. First half, not good. Second half, dominant. The adjustments were made, and this team shows how good they can be when they're playing their A game.
They just don't panic, Trey, and then they show up, and when they have opportunities, man, can they hit the home run. It's a dangerous team. You just wonder what it's going to look like when they can put all four quarters together.
Montana moves to 6-0 and 3-0 in the Big Sky Conference. Number 4 in the country. They remain one of the 8 unbeatens in FCS, and Bobby Haug's defense really was fantastic when you look at the overall picture. They only gave up 9 points in the first half. Second half, they looked like the Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain type effort out there.
No doubt about that. They showed up, especially after last week. They had a tough outing against Idaho State. You can tell the points of emphasis. They just played cleaner responsibility football today, because you got to give Montana in their defense credit. That's a dangerous Cal Poly offense that can put up a lot of points. He put up a lot of points against UC Davis the previous week. This Cal Poly team is going to make a lot of teams have some issues, but man, did that Montana defense show up big time today.
Cal Poly falls to 3-4 and 1-2 in the Big Sky. They'll get Montana State on the Central Coast next week. The Bobcats, by the way, winners over Idaho State today. Let's head on the field. Stevie Rocker joins Kyle.
Yeah, guys, here with Stevie Rocker Jr., and what a game for you guys, obviously, right? They had the lead at halftime. You guys shut them out in the second half. What changed, Stevie, and how's it feel to get this win?
You know, they're a great team. They played good, played hard. Defense was good, but offense came out in the second half and just decided to lock in, put it all together. Said, hey, you know what? This is our game. We can't really play to the level of others. We just got to play Montana football, and that's what all it came down to.
When you're on the sidelines and you watch Kenzel get the pick six that kind of sets you guys up in that second half, what's going through your mind, and how big was that for this team?
You know, the defense is playing lights out. All we have to do is just offensively just come together and just put on for the defense. They're going out, putting on for us. We just have to make sure we go put in the end zone for them.
Definitely, and on the offensive side, what kind of switch? How were you able to kind of find a groove? Obviously, Michael, Kaylee, Eli, you guys seem to find a rhythm there. Did something change there at all?
Yeah, you know, we all just feed off of each other. It's not really just one person, you know, it's just one person makes a big play. Hopefully another person makes another one. Next thing you know, we're in the end zone and we're scoring and celebrating together.
And they're 6-0. Appreciate it, Stevie, as always. Thank you so much. Let's send it back to Trey and Jordan.
Thanks, Kyle. A homecoming victory as Montana dominates the second half, outscoring Cal Poly 28-0, a 28-9 victory. And this is a team that just keeps finding different ways to win. They look like a championship caliber club.
It's a flip script from the first half to the second half. Poly had the explosives, Montana had some turnovers. Second half, Montana had the explosive, and they created multiple turnovers and a defensive score. That's the significant part and why they blew the top off this place in the second half, scoring that many points and shutting Cal Poly out in the second half.
Thanks to our crew, Kyle Hansen, Jordan Tripp, I'm Trey Bender. That does it for Missoula. Stick around for the Saturday Showdown postgame show. If you're watching on KPAX in Missoula, KTGF in Great Falls, or KTVH in Helena, switch to the Spot MTN for more coverage for our game. For everyone else, Casey and Megan coming up right after the break. Thanks for watching. Montana victorious on homecoming at Wa-Grizz.